hello all. So tonight we're playing Barbarians of the Aftermath, which is a sort of sequel add-on to Barbarians of Lemuria, which we played before. So the rules are pretty much the same. Under normal circumstances, you roll 2d6. If you roll 3d6 if you've got basically advantage, or if you have negative, and you either take the two highest or the two lowest, depending whether you have boons or flaws. You add your attribute bonus or your combat bonus in combat, and career bonus otherwise. So it's a fairly simple system. If you roll double sixes, that's an automatic success. If you roll double one, that's an automatic failure. If your total at the end of everything is 9 or higher, you succeed. If it's 8 or less, you fail. Difficulties either add to or take away from the total that you roll. You have hero points, which can be used to twist the narrative in a reasonable way, like finding a loose stone in a prison cell or something. The guard drops his key. You can spend them to roll again if you've got a really crap roll. You can convert a success to a mighty success. You can convert a mighty success to a legendary success. If you roll a critical, you can make it an even better critical. You can spend them to keep acting, even when you're in negative hit points, which is called lifeblood in this. Or you can spend them to shake off wounds that you've taken and regain some life. It's pretty simple and easy, and it worked very well when we played Barbarians of Lemuria, so hopefully it'll work here. I'll bring the others in because they're probably bored waiting, and I'll tell you a bit more about the game. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Greetings.
Right, so Barbarians of the Aftermath isn't really a game because it's an add-on, and it doesn't set out a particular apocalypse for you to play in. Rather, it is a toolkit for creating your own apocalypses. So it's a series of tables that you go through, and as you make your way along, you discover what kind of weird world you've ended up in. So yeah, it's more of a toolkit for making up your own post-apocalypses, some of which turn out to be a little bit shit, and others of which don't. Hopefully this one will be okay. I should probably explain a bit about the world then, shouldn't I? Okay, so the world I rolled up, so the apocalypse happened because of biological experimentation. So what I figured happened from the various cues that I got was that in an effort to tackle global warming, a genetically engineered version of kudzu was released into the wild, designed to cope with the harsh conditions and grow everywhere and capture tons of carbon. And then it all got horribly, horribly out of hand, sucked too much carbon out of the atmosphere, and the Earth tipped into a new ice age. And this kudzu covered most of the land everywhere. And while kudzu can be quite a useful plant, it's not that useful. So, human civilization falls under the weight of a new ice age and all of its arable land being used up by massive sprawling vines of kudzu. Of course, the effect of the ice ages also caused a lot of the seas to get a lot shallower, and around the shores of Great Britain, Doggerland re-emerged from beneath the waves. So our setting is along the coast of what was once the coast of Britain, with Doggerland out to the side, which is now a massive salt flat where kudzu can't grow. So that's basically our setting to start with. Do you want to introduce your characters, and do you want to ask me anything about the game system or the setting? Anyone?
Yes. How come the setting wasn't, like a meteor went between the Earth and the moon and broke the moon in half and like caused magic to come back and Thundar the Barbarian?
because that's too close to some of the zanier post-apocalyptic stuff, which I've been reading a lot of recently. So I wanted something a bit more straight,
A bit more grounded in reality, eh?
Yeah, though I'm sure it'll go completely wrong.
It will.
Because players.
So a bit smack dab in the middle of the Road and Fallout as the two extremes.
Yeah.
I would actually put Gamma World on the extreme.
Gamma World's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Shit, I was in that one. Why did I forget
that? Why are there mutants? Because mutants are cool. and perhaps nuclear power plants weren't shut down in time, or other desperate attempts to bioengineer people and plants and animals to cope with the impending apocalypse were unleashed and didn't necessarily go very well. Also, the sudden collapse in human population is going to lead to a bit of inbreeding. So,
and autism is not a cool superpower. So,
no. So I think you're all partially mutated, aren't you? So I think Mr. Frosty has a third leg. No, an actual third leg.
Extra leg from the knee down from my belly.
Yeah. So that's fun. Phantom has the ability to spray pyrotechnic gas from his forearms. So basically, you can light farts from your hands. You see, I told you it'd go off the rails straight away.
Jesus.
I can't really see how I'm mutated. I've just got anger issues.
You're unnaturally strong. You're a berserker, and you have a sort of melee savant capability. But mostly, you're just like buff guy.
I just lift.
Yeah.
And have roid rage.
Yeah, that's enough to qualify as a mutant.
I won't say what it is, but I'll type it to you guys in private what his thing
is. Yeah, you're either missing a chromosome or you've got an extra one. No one's quite sure which.
It's you just don't know your own strength.
That does count as a mutation, I suppose.
His neck looks a little funny.
I think everyone can infer.
Yeah.
Okay, so how should we start? We have our characters. Do you want to, now you've had a chance to go over your characters a little bit, do you want to introduce them a bit more briefly rather than just their mutations?
Sure, yeah. Phantom here is a dark-skinned man, kind of wiry, has 2 crossed tomahawks on the back of his belt, as well as 2 pistols holstered on both of his thighs. And he's a bit of a roguish type.
Sneaky.
Mr. Frosty is probably the oldest person here, with a wicked smile and a cunning glint in his eye. He's not the strongest. He's not the fastest. He's not the most good-looking. But he is the smartest. And he carries a lot of grenades and knows where to stuff them.
You got them smarts.
Yep.
And then get wrecked or get wrecked, our mutant war chief.
Yeah, get wrecked. Angry.
Oh my god!
I want to know the prompt for that.
I'm not going to tell you what the prompt was for that because it's hugely inappropriate. But let's just say that stable diffusion plays on stereotypes. So if you feed it a stereotype, it will output it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a badass fighter. That's all I care about. That's all I know.
You know, I'm going to have to convince your character to carry me around on his back so that we can be Master Blaster.
Okay.
Okay.
It won't take much convincing for that. My mind score is 0. So.
It could have been -1. I think that's the lowest allowable in the system. So.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I have a -1 on appeals. God.
Yeah, appeal is 0 for me. Stats, I guess, are usually just pretty low.
Yeah.
Right.
I think maximum is 4 normally.
Okay.
But 0 is average because it's scaled for heroes.
All right.
I was going to say
Okay.
Well, you do have one actual character who has a 2 appeal, but of course it's the woman.
Of course.
Of course.
But she's the preacher, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not just looks, it's charisma as well. So you might still be somewhat charismatic. You just look like the
With a
mutant
-1.
offspring of a burn victim and an old potato.
That sounds familiar.
My name is Kuato. Quaid. Put your mind.
All right. So, you guys live in a small village on the edge of the zoo, which is what they call the massive growth inland. This village or town is called Yalth. It's a loose collection of old scrap buildings. It's been about 100 years since the apocalypse. So, a few generations. There's still a few bits and pieces knocking about of technology, but the sort of sustainable level of technology that you're able to keep going is mostly around sort of steam era. So the weapons you've got are somewhat rebuilt and improvised. People have got their ways of making gunpowder and so on the old ways. So things are pretty clunky and unreliable, but it's not a bad living here. You can scrape some things that you need to survive from the zoo, because the roots can be ground up and you can get starch out of them. The flowers are edible. And out just a short way onto the salt flats, you have a farm where you've dragged soil out from the mainland, loaded it into great big troughs, and thoroughly weeded it of any zoo. And then over generations, plants have been able to grow there free of the blight that attacks the mainland constantly. Otherwise, there's always, towns and places inland that the old people used to have. You can go in and raid for supplies like metal, occasionally other more well-preserved things. It's such a hard job to hack your way through everything to get there.
And we still can't get that smell out of the ape cage.
Yes. Yes. Hello, people in chat. Be good fellows and subscribe, because I'd quite like this channel to get to 500 so I can at least vaguely monetize it and stuff. Right. So it's a fairly laid back life, really, around here. You guys are probably not gatherers or farmers. You're probably kept around to dispense knowledge or do the fighting should it ever be necessary. So you're sort of hanging around on the I don't know what you'd call it, a pier, but it doesn't go out to sea. Again, the ramp, I suppose. They're hanging out on the ramp at the edge of the land, looking out over the salt flats. When a young one comes running, sent by the town chief. The chief wants to see you, Mr. Frosty, and friends.
Very well.
All of us?
Yes. Says it's quite important. I'll show you the way.
Do I look like Gitrect? I know which way it is, boy.
Which way?
This way. He puts his small hand in your giant muscular mitt. So muscular you can't even close your fists because your palms are too muscly. And look, tugs you along to lead the way. So the village elder and a couple of others stood around one of the town's main steam engines. Only it's not chuffing. It's not providing energy to any of the twisting axles that run the various machines that are used to keep the town going. Rather, it's just hissing and spraying water and steam occasionally.
Not really something I can fix.
The elder looks to you and says, well, no, but not really something we can fix either. We need parts.
And where are they?
We've scavenged many places. The scouts and the commuters have dug through into the inland many times and catalogued things, whether we've needed to bring them back or not. We think what we need might be deep through the zoo. Maybe 20 clicks in.
Is this charted or?
Well, we have the scouts maps. He snaps his fingers and someone scurries forward and unrolls a map. Because he'll never get it folded again now.
You point the way. Point the way, I go now.
So the coastline is very well defined, and a few points out on the salt flats. The interior is less well defined. It's just like there's little lines out showing where people have scouted over the last many years. The elder puts his finger down on one of the longest lines, which ends with a scrawled witch. Here.
Did the scouts? Oh, well, did the scouts report back any danger or anything in the area? Creatures, bandits?
It's hard to live in the zoo, but there may be animals, perhaps. And the old cities are often fragile. They could collapse. There could be bandits living out there, or outcasts, but it's not much of a living.
We bring them back here.
No,
Make
get
friends.
wrecked.
No,
They've
mate,
been
we don't
outcasts.
bring them back.
If they've been outcast, Getrect. They've been outcast for a reason. We should not bring them into our lives.
We leave them in the bad place.
The elder
mate.
turns away from Getrect to Mr. Frosty. We need a large pressurized vessel, something that can handle a reasonable amount of water or steam pressure. large, perhaps 2 meters long at minimum. Transporting it back will be tricky.
Well, as long as we have Getrect, we should be fine.
True.
Perhaps we should take some kind of cart.
Sort of a sled would work better to slide over all the creepers and everything.
All right.
Unless we can manage to get a ground vehicle working somehow.
You'd need like an ATV to get through this junk, and all the overgrowth, and that's just really not going to work. So you're stuck hoofing it from the sounds of it.
Well, shall we?
All right.
Okay. Well, the townsfolk provide you with supplies. So you've got starch cake and kudzu jelly, some dried bird meat, things like that. Plenty of water as well, because that's hard to come by.
I figured we'd have like kudzu squeezings or something.
Well, the flowers you can make into this jelly. I don't know what the seeds can be used for. The roots can be made into like starch, which you can use to thicken or make paste or get some nutrients out of. But yeah, just nasty stuff, really.
Yeah.
All right. Who is going to lead the way? It's going to take about 2 days solid travel.
I've got a chainsaw, so I could probably cut through any stuff that gets in our way.
It might cause a lot of noise, especially with falling
That's true.
trees.
It might, but I'm stupid, so
Well, that's what Phantom is telling Get Wrecked. What would be the equivalent of like a navigational ability?
So let's have a look. I think at least one of you has a compass, which will help.
I do.
Yeah, that gives you a bonus to navigation.
Plus 3. Ooh, and climbing gear.
Okay. So your careers are kind of catch-alls for a whole bunch of skills. So if we look at Mr. Frosty, for example, so his mind would be 3, which would be the stat that we would use. And
Compass is plus 3, so it'd be like
compass is plus 3, so that would give you
6
plus
dice.
6 to your roll.
Oh,
So
plus 6.
2d6 plus 6.
Okay.
If Phantom Rover was to do it, so his mind is 1, he doesn't have a compass. Neither of your jobs really apply, so you'd just get plus 3 if you borrowed the compass. So that would be plus 4. Getract, his mind is 0, particularly his perception is -1, so that would be -1. War Chief would probably count because you need to know how to do stuff, so that would take it to +1, and then with the compass, if he borrowed it, that would give him +4. So that's how it works. So I take it Mr. Frosty is going to navigate as the holder of the compass
I shall.
and being someone who can actually read the map.
Yes.
All right, so roll your dice.
So 3 dice plus 6.
2 dice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, 2 dice.
Yeah, no boon. I guess having the map should probably give you a boon. Go on then, roll a 3rd dice. Not that it's going to make a difference. Okay, take the 2 highest. That's 10.
16.
16. Yeah. So that's a super duper success. All right.
Yep, I remember the way. I visited here once as a lad.
Yeah, maybe you used to be a commuter back in the day, the people who travel the kudzu choked wastes. But with Getrecht in front, following your directions and hacking his way through the growths of vine with his chainsword, you make very good time because he's just able to barrel through just about anything that gets in your way. Snapping vines with his mighty sinews, breaking the branches of dead trees and carving his own path. The kudzu's already grown back so much that the path from the scouts who took this path before can't really be seen. But here and there, as you travel, you spot detritus from where they've made camp, little burnt patches where the kudzu has to climb across it, or discarded bottles, things like that. Okay, so it takes about 2 days of hard travel to make your way through. And stopping overnight, the kudzu grows so quickly that you have to cut yourselves free of a few exploratory tendrils in the morning when you wake up. It's rather unsettling, like the land itself is trying to smother you.
I forgot how much I hated being out here.
Yeah, there's not a lot of animal noises either, though distantly you think you hear the odd squeak or cry from a bird, but there's not a lot of animal life. So at the start of the third day, you come to the top of a rise where the kudzu is all growing flat along the ground, and then ahead of you are sort of swallowed and masked and rounded edges of the buildings of the ancients. So what seem to be huge, great monoliths rising up out of the kudzu, but they've been completely covered and smothered in the vines. But you can still barely make out the square block shape of the old buildings beneath it all. Presumably, somewhere underneath all that, there'll be something that you're looking for.
All right, so what we're just going to spread out, look for some kind of compressor. Sorry, I'm not that up on this technology.
We need to find a good-sized tank. Maybe we could find one in one of the old hardware stores or something.
Hardware, or possibly some kind of manufacturing plant?
That'd be my next guess. All right, look for the sacred sign of the W for Walmart.
Walmart doesn't exist over here.
Oh, damn.
So it would be Asda.
You guys don't have any big box stores over there at all?
B&Q's probably if you're looking for a hardware store.
Yeah, because I was about to say it wouldn't be at a Tesco.
No. Just a sec, because I'm basing this on a real location. Let me have a look. Okay, so given everything is covered in a carpet of wild kudzu, how exactly are you going to figure out what kind of building to break into?
Getrecht smash. Have a look.
Have to use the old ways of figuring it out. Look at the pictures on the sides of the buildings. If that's
We're all
not
literate?
possible,
Well, are Phantom and Frosty literate?
Frosty.
Frosty definitely is. You probably are.
I'm assuming I'm not.
No. The cow goes moo is about as far as you got.
The cow goes squelch. We have beef.
I guess, given Phantom's profession, I think, what about if we just try and stick to the alleyways and just wait until we either see a manufacturing plant or a hardware store, something that looks like it's got to have a lot of heavy hardware. Can I act as a guide?
Yeah. Okay. So you want to try and stick to the more open ways and use that to move around. Try to find
like
Go on.
alleyways, anything that isn't going to put us with basically a target on our back.
Okay. Roll 2d6, add your agility and your shade profession.
Shade profession is just a +1 then?
No, +3. So it's just shade
Okay.
3.
Right. So that's going to be a 9 on the die, 10, 11, 12, 13?
Okay.
14.
All right. So Phantom moves ahead, better able to move through these places without being seen, and guides you around through the various alleyways and roads. It's still really hard to tell what these buildings are. Occasionally, through the gaps in the kudzu, you can make out intact glass on the other side or remnants of buildings, but the kudzu has pushed into a lot of them and grown over the interiors as well. There is a main road that's still discernible, 2 lanes wide, cutting through everything else. The buildings are gradually getting taller, or at least you think so, underneath all the kudzu, as you get closer to the center of the place. It's unsettling, desolate. Can you all make perception rolls, please? So, mind, which may be modified specifically for perception. And if you've got an appropriate career, you can add that as well. So shade would apply, wise one would apply.
Oh, okay.
As for Getrecht, not sure.
Fast reflexes.
Yeah, not helpful. You can add War Chief, but you've got -1 perception.
I got a whole 10.
Well, that's better than 9.
7.
So
Yeah.
I got 10 as well.
cool.
Did 7.
Okay. So after passing by a few larger, flatter, overgrown areas, in one of which you see a couple of deer, but they startle the moment they catch wind of you and disappear into the curtains of overgrowth. But not long after that, you start to see long, low, wide, flat, low-level buildings, which, according to the law that Mr. Frosty remembers, these are the kind of buildings that might house industry or materials. There's one set close by on the right-hand side of the main road, and past a bunch of even smaller sort of humped buildings, you think, is another set of similar buildings.
Shall we employ the ancient time-tested method of figuring it out which it is?
Kick in door.
No. It's the ancient ritual. Eeny, meeny, miny. So basically, yes, we're trying to pick one at random because we're not sure.
Well, we could always go for the one on the left.
Yeah, basically.
Neither of them are on the left, tragically. Actually, there are some other buildings on the left, so you could just go left if you really want to.
We'll try the ones in front of us first. I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, we might actually be able to find an old boiler or something that might work. I don't know about a water heater, but I don't know. Would a water heater work?
A large water heater meant for a bigger building, like a factory or a hotel or something like that. That would work. Okay, so the first building. Okay. So you come marching up to it. It's a big square block. If it had a roof, it seems to have been flat. It's completely draped in kudzu.
Is the door?
You can't really discern where the door is, though you think this is the front of the building, and then there seems to be another side to it, with even bigger doors, maybe for loading and unloading. 100 years ago.
The loading dock. It's probably our easiest way to get something big in and out.
I suspect so. And there might actually be a cart or something that we can. Well, I don't know if we can wheel it over the kudzu.
Okay, so you make your way around the building. In back of it is a flat area with just the tendrils and creepers running across it. And underneath those, you can make out the rusted hulks of ancient vehicles. The back of the building seems to be open, or the doors have fallen away or been scavenged or something before. So there's just a curtain of creepers running down.
We should be careful. If the doors are missing, then it means that something may be living here.
I can scout ahead. Also, if we need, I can burn away some of this.
I thought some atmospheric wouldn't hurt. So you're going to cut your way through, squirm your way through, set fire to the whole place?
I figured Getrect would probably cut the opening open.
Okay. Yep. So your chainsword revs and you slash across, and a bunch of the tendrils fall to the ground, revealing the interior. The windows seem to be largely intact, but the light that filters through the kudzu is greenish. There's a good couple of inches of leaf litter on the floor in various stages of breaking down. There's a couple of big square metal buckets on one side. There's a bunch of other old equipment, but all of it rusted and seized up. What looks like a religious icon of a smiling old gentleman with white hair and beard is visible through the kudzu strands.
Nothing I recognize.
Make a mind wise one roll.
That would be a 16.
Nice. This is an ancient god called the Colonel. He was a provider of victuals to people who came and made offerings. Yes, chicken. there are still chickens.
Ah, I recognize this icon. Very, very famous ancient food providing god called the Colonel.
It is said he had a secret blend of herbs and spices that could remove all hunger.
I imagine any ingredients that are still here are probably well out of date.
Most likely.
And chicken definitely spoiled, so. But I was thinking, well, if I had a welder, I could probably get some of the grease fryer traps and stuff and like weld those together and turn it into some kind of a pressure tank. Actually, okay, KFC uses pressure cookers because it oil fries everything. I don't know if they're going to have a tank that's that big, though. But we could scout the place out and see if something there we can make work.
Industrial pressure cook. Oh, an industrial one is pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mother clucker countertop electric chicken pressure fryer.
Yeah.
Getrex is going to kneel before the icon and bow his head and pray.
Okay.
Yeah,
It seems that the Colonel smiles upon you because no sooner have you prostrated yourself before his icon than you hear a bok, bok, bok noise coming from the front section that you haven't yet explored. No?
Gentlemen, I believe we have lunch has arrived. Or at least we can take them back as further food supplements.
I'll go and kill lunch.
This requires a stealthy approach, get direct. Phantom, would you mind capturing the chickens?
Going to chase a chicken. All right.
Get direct would only choke
All right.
the chicken.
All right. I will make my way around to the front carefully. Are the chickens just running free? Are they cooped up?
Okay, so part of the roof has broken in and the kudzu is infiltrated from the top, so you sort of push your way through several layers of fronds and find yourself in the front. There's the decaying remnants of seating and tables around, most of which are covered with a thin layer of chicken shit. You can see a single chicken stood on one of the tables, scratching and pecking through the leaf litter.
All right. I am going to attempt to sneak up on the chicken and do that way they grab them by the wing. They squish the wings in just so they don't freak out.
Okay. First, you attempt to sneak up on the chicken. So, that will be agility plus shade. Okay. The chicken, oblivious to your approach, continues pecking and scratching at the leaf litter. So you get right up behind it.
You fool chicken.
And now to grab it. Okay. So that'll be agility plus brawl.
All right. Eight on the die. 11.
Okay. It's unable to defend itself. So you spring forward and expertly grab the chicken, pinning its wings to its side. It gives a of alarm, and as you lift it up and turn back to rejoin the others, you're suddenly aware that many other chickens are roosting in the sort of what used to be the roof space above the tiles, and they are all staring down at you.
Could I grab the chicken's head and pull it off?
Yes. So yeah, you lunge through the curtain of kudzu strands, to where Phantom is standing there looking up at the other chickens, and grab the chicken by the head and pull. And given that you are immensely strong and it is but a mere chicken, you pull its head clean off.
Cool. I'm gonna reach it.
Blood spurts over your belly.
I give a bit of a no. Oh,
Damn.
and it's done.
Yeah, so I'll start chewing on the chicken's head.
Maybe, Frosty, we should just come back here with some cages.
You can mark the map. Here be chickens.
Are there more chickens here? I guess.
Yes, they're roosting up in the roof gap.
So no way we can take them all with us?
It's quite a lot of chickens.
We
Are
find
there
a tank.
eggs?
We stuff chickens in the tank.
Yeah, I'm sure the chickens would love being stuffed in a tank.
Kill them first.
No. We don't kill chickens.
This one dead.
Yes.
Get trick. Chickens come from eggs. If we get eggs, they're easy to carry. We'll have more chickens.
We'll have lots of chickens if we have eggs.
You going to eat that?
I give Getrek the rest of the chicken corpse.
Yes, the spasming chicken corpse.
I'll chew on that as well.
Feathers don't taste good.
No, I'll spit the feathers out.
But yes, the chicken fryers, the pressure fryers, they should work if you take a couple of them, 2, 3, 4. They've probably got more than one.
Oh, I'm sure. So now we just need to find a way to haul it. Oh, well, these all fit on the sled then.
Yeah, that should do. And you don't need to take the whole thing, so you could break away some of the parts just to leave the tanks intact.
Yeah, I'll get Trek to do that. Carefully supervised. No, break it here, don't break it there. If you break it there, we have to get another one.
How well am I going to understand those instructions?
I'm literally putting your hand where it's supposed to go and telling you break that part.
Okay, so as long as he's under close supervision, then it's just a matter of whether he can apply his strength correctly. So, can you make a strength plus barbarian roll, please, for Getrek?
$15.
Okay, no problem. Under direction, you bend and buckle metal and tear away parts of the old devices. They're quite well preserved, having been indoors and intended for heavy use anyway. So, yeah, you end up with several fairly big pressure vessels that should do the trick.
How easily could I just carry them?
You could carry 2, no problem, but you probably need 3. You could strap the other one to your back, perhaps. You'd have to drop them if you get into a fight. But...
Yeah, but I mean, I could drop them on someone, probably.
True.
If you damage them, we have to go get more.
It's okay, I'll carry them. Keep them safe.
No, we'll put them on the sled.
Trek, if you put them on the sled, your hands will be free to smash more things.
True.
I do like smashing. Smashing's fun.
You can't smash while carrying all that complicated.
How many of those like fryers are actually in the building? Are there more than 3?
He's gonna start killing people with a deep fryer. Not an active one, mind you, just a deep fryer.
I have no idea how many they'd have. So let's say just the 3. Well, just the 3 are in condition that's good enough.
Okay. That's bad because the suggestion of smashing things may have to smash one.
Smash other things. Look, more chickens.
But you want the chickens.
We do, but we need the pressure cookers.
Can I smash a chicken with a pressure cooker? What would I need to roll for that?
God, no, please don't.
No.
It's too late.
Strength plus ranged.
Okay. Strength 4, ranged. Where's ranged?
Combat abilities.
Ranged 0. Okay. 12.
Okay. So you take the remnants of one of the pressure cookers, so just the tank really, and hurl it at the chickens. It smashes into them and lodges in the roof. There's a exploding cloud of feathers. The rest of the chickens retreat in all directions, some of them squirming up through the holes in the roof to escape from
That's fun.
I'm sorry. That was partially my fault.
You try it.
No. I have my own thing I can do, but right now is a bad time to do it. I have to get the pressure cooker down now. How high up is it?
It's a good height ceiling. Plus the old sort of interior tiles are gone, so it's another foot or so on top of that. So
can I reach it or just pull it down?
You are huge. This is true. Yeah, you can reach. So, you just reach up, take the tank. Fortunately, it doesn't appear to be dented, just covered in bits of chicken.
Chicken paste.
Sandwich spread. Delicious.
Get wrecked. If you kill the chickens, we won't have chickens to eat.
Here's chicken. Eat this. I'll like shove the tank into your face to lick the chicken paste from.
I don't know if this is still going to work. Does it look beat up? Or
it looks intact enough, you think.
All
it
right.
should be fine. It's not dented or broken or compromised.
Gonna start loading these onto the sleigh before Getrek gets too excited again.
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you probably have to do it by yourself because Mr. Frosty's only got like a 1 strength, so.
I'll scrape the chicken up and load it onto the sled.
Okay. Can you make perception rolls again, please?
Any modifiers other than perception?
For you, War Chief will count.
Okay. 5.
I think I just got a 6, unfortunately. Unless Wise One counts.
No.
I didn't think so.
Does shade count?
Yes.
Then 13.
So yeah, you're loading these things up onto the sled, ready to drag it back. When Phantom sees a couple of deer straying close, and as you take a little bit of a closer look, you realise they're not actually deer; it's people wearing deer skins. And as you notice, they stand up, quickly knocking arrows onto bows and drawing back. That you noticed. So, can I have initiative rolls, please? Which is 1d6 plus agility.
Whoa.
Ooh, 6.
So, Gitrak's got what for?
4. Yeah.
Mr.
5.
Frosty
I got 6.
and Phantom
5.
5. I need to roll for them.
Snorty says, "Are you sure they aren't deer wearing people skins?"
Could be.
Dear people.
Okay. Right. So what does Phantom want to do, seeing these people?
So they have arrows knocked, ready to shoot at us.
Ready to shoot, and they're drawing back. It's just you saw them in time to react.
I will shout,
Naughty.
"Get
Go on.
I will shout, "Get down!" And how far? Rate of range? Are they within 30 for my?
So they'd be at long range for your pistols.
What about my pyrotechnic gas?
How far does that reach?
Range 30.
So yeah, they're a little bit beyond that. You could move to be within range of them.
All right. Is there any cover I can take?
They've come around the corner of a covered building, but between you and them, there isn't really any cover. Maybe an old wrecked car.
Can I cause like a little explosion that will kick up some dust and make it harder to see us?
Yeah, I'd let you throw up like a smoke screen if you. Yeah, so you just do that instead of really starting a fire. You can just belch smoke from your hands instead.
So I'll put up a smoke screen. Yeah, and then I'll take cover behind the wrecked car.
Where's your mutation? I think you can only use that a certain amount of times, but I can't remember how it's worked out.
It's a rate of fire of 5, if that's relevant.
Yeah, that's not. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so yeah, you throw up a barrier of smoke. Black smoke billows out from your hands, and you slide in behind the rusted hulk of the car. They take a couple of shots at you while you're on the move, so it's going to be difficult for them to hit you. You've already used your actions. So let's see. Agility 1, ranged ones is 2. That's a miss. And a miss. Okay, so as you go sliding across, a pair of arrows hurtle past you, missing all three of you. Okay, new turn. And no longer surprise. Okay, Mr. Frosty. An arrow just shot past Phantom, and he belched out a whole load of smoke to give you cover, but it's already thinning out.
Dropping prone and pulling shotgun, which has no stats.
I must have forgotten to put them in. Hang on.
Oh.
D6 plus 2 damage.
Ooh, nice. I don't guess these things provide any kind of bonuses to hit, did they?
What, the shotgun?
Yeah.
No. So make a ranged attack roll.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. My agility and range cancel each other out. So
Yeah.
I'm basically
And
just
take-
rolling flat dice.
Take one away from the roll for the thinning smoke.
So it's a 5.
Should change to the combat music, shouldn't I? Okay, so there's a loud boom, and your shot goes flying out and completely fails to hit any of them. Right, so...
Get wrecked! Kill!
Well, it's Phantom again first.
All right. I can. It says pistols ×2, tomahawks ×2. Can I just dual wield then?
You can dual wield. When you dual wield, you get an extra attack, but rolls are made at -2.
All right. I'll give that a shot. So that would that be agility plus ranged?
Yep.
Shade go into that at all, or
No, it's not. It's not sneaking.
okay?
So it's just agility plus ranged,
All right.
and then
Oh,
so you can fire 2 shots from each pistol. So that's 4 shots in total. So you can roll 4 times.
all right. Well, the first one's a miss. 9 on the second.
That's a hit.
9 on the third. And the last one is that's below 9. And below 9's a miss, right?
Yeah, anything below 9 is a miss.
Right.
Okay, so that was what, 1 hit or 2?
2 9s, yeah.
Okay. Right, roll damage for each hit.
So it's 7 on the first and 3 on the second.
Okay. Seven on the first, 3 on the second.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you blaze out with several shots from your pistols, ducking up out of cover. Several shots cascade around them. You hear a smashing of glass from behind the kudzu, so you've definitely killed a window. One of them goes down with a shot through their head. The other one's winged, but still seems to be okay. Get tricked.
This happened while I'm loading the tanks onto the...
Yeah.
So I guess I've still got one I can crush one with.
You could try and either beat them to death with the tank. Or...
Am I close enough to charge into melee combat whilst raging as a barbarian?
Yes, they'll get to fire a single shot at you before you reach them.
That's okay. I've got a big piece of metal I can put in front of me.
Okay.
But when you say big piece of metal, you're not talking about one of our deep fryers, are you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the arrow strikes you for 4 points of damage minus your armor.
Is that
Actually,
all
glad
of
it
my
hit
armor?
you.
Sorry, what's that?
Is that like the plate cuirass, the welder's helmet, the braces, the gauntlets?
Yeah, so it hits you in the leg. So you take one away from that. So you take 3 lifeblood damage.
Okay, cool. Where is...
It's but a scratch.
'Tis but a scratch.
And then you come looming in over what proves to be a very grubby and suddenly terrified looking woman.
I'm going to crush her.
Okay, strength plus melee, with which you also get a bonus die. So you're a 3d6, take the 2 highest.
Ooh, 2 6s. Plus
Okay,
my
that's a crit.
4 strength.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, no.
Mighty success in combat. Does maximum damage. Okay. And you're still using the pressure tank, yeah?
Yeah, I'm slamming that down on top of their head.
Okay. You slam down with the tank, and their head bursts like an overripe cantaloupe. The body slumps into the kudzu with a fount of blood spraying up out of the stump of what's left of their shattered head.
But hopefully the fact that he critted means that it doesn't hurt the...
Yeah. But miraculously, the tank
Hang on.
still seems to be intact.
Tanks are strong if they're built for pressure. Human heads, on the other hand, not so much. I mean, imagine you hit someone with a fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher's probably going to be alright.
More alright than the person, certainly.
Yeah.
Alright, you've killed them both. There don't seem to be any others at the moment.
Get wrecked. Stop using the tank as a weapon. We need to bring that back intact, otherwise we fail.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
What about the sword? The sword seems fun.
Yes, use your sword. That's what it's for.
I have a better idea.
Uh-oh.
I'll go and put the tank on the sled.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick up the headless body by the leg.
Well, that's messy, but okay. At least you're not smashing people with our tank.
No, smash people with people.
Okay, well,
Cause terror.
yes.
You're taking a bloody leg stump.
I'm taking the whole body, just by the leg.
Okay.
He's literally got the corpse of a woman draped over his shoulder, and he's using
God.
the legs as a bat.
With like no head, because the head's just been crushed.
Can we cauterize the jugular that's probably spurting a trail that David can follow?
Well, if you drain the blood, it won't rot so quickly. So,
All right.
Yeah, it would use a lot. Heads do, but I can live with that.
all right. Well, time to make your way home then.
Yay!
So, I will require another navigation roll from Mr. Frosty.
Hey! Now watch, this is where I'm going to roll the fumble. How the hell did we end up in Detroit?
So you took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Holy shit, did I call it, Grim?
Oh, God.
I fucking told you this was going to happen.
You can spend a doodad point to re-roll if you want.
Yes!
Hero point, yes.
Okay.
Luck point by any other name.
Yes. Yeah. It's either that or we're going to end up in, like, Northumbria going, well...
Yeah. Well, you can't roll any lower, so...
Yeah, that's true. Well, did much better that time. Okay. So it's a 16.
Much better. Okay, so you
Much
set
better.
out confidently in one direction. After about 5 minutes, go, wait, no, turn the map the other way up, turn around, and head back off the other way.
Had to wipe all the blood off of it after Getrecht.
Okay. How are you organising watches on the 2 nights that you need to rest?
Pardon?
Was the person that I killed wearing a watch?
No.
Sorry, that was... I'll get
Getrek should get, he could sleep the whole night. We can just do 2 4-hour shifts.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let him
I'd
get some
rather
rest.
not tempt fate anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you really want this guy taking watch?
Can Mr. Frosty make a perception roll with a penalty of -2?
Can I roll a perception roll with a -2 penalty?
Yes.
I can try. Especially since I don't have anything on perception. So I just get to use mind.
Mind, and yeah, that's all.
Shit balls. Okay. So I have a 5, so it turns into a 6 after the -2.
So that's not very good at all.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so your first night passes uneventfully, but when Getrecht and Frosty, who's sleeping for the second watch, get up in the morning, ahead of you on the path that you previously carved through, which you're following back, there's a dead chicken with an arrow stuck through it, clearly a warning of some kind.
Oh, they left us breakfast.
True, you could take it that way.
Can I go and get the chicken and eat its head? The head doesn't have
Yes.
feathers on it.
The beak is the best
Not
bit.
too many feathers.
Actually, the feet are the best bit. But...
Yeah, I'll eat the feet as well.
So you've defeated a
Any
chicken.
part of the chicken that's not like covered in feathers.
I mean, you could pluck it.
Oh, go pluck it.
That requires the intelligence to know that I could pluck it.
That's
I think
true.
you could figure that out. I mean, there's animals in the animal kingdom that, figured out how to properly open bananas. I'm sure you could figure out how to open up a chicken.
I mean,
At
I could
the
rip
very-
it open and eat the inside.
Yeah, at the very least, I was gonna say you can pull the skin off.
Yeah, just tear it in half and chew on the insides.
Like you're hollowing out the rind of a melon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sad thing,
well,
he's probably crunching on the bones too.
yeah. Well, it saves you 2 rations because you no longer feel like eating after witnessing that.
Shit, no. Okay, so obviously they're tracking us somehow, which I guess it's not too hard to track us. It's not like
No.
It's not as look over get tracked. It's not as if he's a fucking he's a peanuts, is it?
We
Am I
can keep-
literate enough to write "Get Wrecked was here"?
You can write a G. You know G and X.
So with like what's left of the chicken, can I like scrape it along the ground in the shape of a G to like mark my like "Get Wrecked was here" in blood?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're being stalked by deer people.
For stealing their chickens.
We didn't even steal multiple chickens. We stole
Stealing
one
their
chicken.
Stealing their chicken and killing 2 of their tribe.
Well, then their tribe should have attacked us first. But...
And dragging the body of one of their tribe off to use as an impromptu club.
I
Yeah,
also was
that's not a good
cuddling
look.
it at night.
Sorry, what was, one at a time. What was that?
I
Well, I was
also was cuddling it at night like a teddy bear.
Okay.
Ew.
It's just the misunderstanding is only getting worse
Yes.
by every get wrecked action.
It is.
Yeah, decomposition does provide warmth. It's true.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So, Frosty, is there any way you could talk your way out of this? I'm not much, one for doing that.
You mean talk to the deer people?
Yeah, if it's me, it's likely not gonna end any better than get wrecked, but I'll at least give it a shot.
I'm sure I can baffle them with something. If we get a chance to talk to them. So far, they seem content to shoot at us and threaten us.
Well, yeah. I don't
Not
suppose
very
giving-
threatening leaving us breakfast.
Let's just hope we don't run into any more on our way home, since we're leaving their territory.
If we keep, yeah.
It's not like they had any clear signs or anything.
No, but they might be down the road a little further, or even worse yet, back at camp.
Yeah. We'll take our chances with them being at camp, but we have to get this back home.
Okay. So for that first night's rest, Contract can get a lifeblood point back. Oh, actually, you get more than that, don't you? Did I make a quick note of the healing rules? I'll recover half the lifeblood you have recently lost after 15 minutes of rest. So that would have given you a couple of back, and then 1 per day of rest. Okay, so you're fully healed from your arrow wound.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, it only hit me in the brain.
So the second night, can you two make perception checks again, please? And you're much more on edge, so you can have +1 bonus.
All right.
It's a 11.
Okay.
Not gonna catch me sleeping tonight, baby.
It's a 9.
Okay. So Frosty rolled better. Okay, second night. Not too far from home. You'll be back in your own bed rather than laying on piles of tubers and things soon. You can't wait for it. But for now, you've got to stay up because Contract can't be trusted to keep watch.
Oh.
With your heightened paranoia and awareness, you hear a crunch of dry leaves. Someone's moving out there in the darkness, expertly slinking through the curtains of kudzu vines to get closer.
Point the shotgun in that direction, cock it loudly and in a semi-intimidating old man voice. Get the hell off my lawn, you sons of bitch!
A bit like Mr. Plinkett.
Well, I figure these are ancient words of warning, you know. Recognized by all tribe.
Trespassers will get a stern talking to. All right, whoever it is, they flee back into the forest of vines. Yeah, they've legged it, intimidated by your shouting.
Good.
You are no further troubled in the night.
Little bastards.
Yeah. All right. So, after another day's travel, unmolested and unharried by the tribe, you're getting much closer to home. Can you all make perception rolls, please?
We can attempt to. Huh, I got a 7.
Any bonus for Barbarian or anything?
Yeah, your war chief roll can apply.
Okay, so I got 9.
Okay.
And you said shade did apply?
Yeah.
10.
And what did Frosty get?
I got a 7.
Okay. Right. Phantom notices first. There's a smell of smoke in the air. Not unusual, necessarily, because the kudzu's deciduous. And so you'd get leaf burns occasionally from the mainland. But you can smell the distinct smell of burnt biodiesel and melted plastics and hot metal as well.
Back in the direction of our like home.
Of your home. Yeah.
We nice to pick up the pace.
Yeah, Shadow or Phantom will draw one of his tomahawks and a pistol in his right hand, tomahawk in the left, and we should proceed quietly but quickly. I don't like the sound of it, or the smell of this, rather.
No.
Am I capable of being quiet?
Yeah, yeah, you can roll your war chief because it's strategic to be sneaky. So it'd be agility plus war chief. So can you all make stealth rolls, please? So shade definitely applies. And
Don't think I have anything. Just agility.
no, I don't think you have anything. So yeah.
I've got 10.
11.
6.
Sorry, it's that third leg. It just trips me all over everything.
Well, you can add 2 to your result for the cover from the overgrowth.
So it becomes an
So
8.
what's that? It's 8. What the rest of you get?
I got 10.
11. Or, well, with the 2, 13.
Okay. So you get to the edge of the kudzu without any real problems. But the heat of the fire has blackened and burned some of the kudzu along the shoreline, I guess you'd call it. Peering through the curtains of kudzu, you can see that the town has been raided and attacked. Many of the buildings are burnt. A lot of the stores and the materials that were collected seem to have been carried off. There's a handful of people you don't recognize, armed with axes and shotguns. Well, one of them has a shotgun, moving through the wreckage, sort of turning things over with their axe blades, looking for anything else to recover and take. A few of the townsfolk have been caged up out on the end of the pier with a couple of guards.
Leroy Jenkins.
How are these men dressed?
They are dressed in sort of Mad Max Raider chic. So, like, mud flap armor, mohawks, that sort of thing. Their faces and upper bodies are smeared white with chalk.
Could I charge at one and club them with the body of the woman that I'm carrying?
He's a war chief with multiple mutations. Yes. So you guys are definitely going to have surprise. I will give these guys a single initiative thing, apart from the leader. So, D6 plus agility.
I've got 7.
5.
And Frosty.
Frosty got a whole 7.
That's quite high.
I think it's 1d6 plus.
Is it 1?
Yeah.
Oh,
you roll 2. Okay.
And I rolled 2. My apologies. Sorry, 4.
4. Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Frosty's still up. Oh no! What did you get? 4. Why does it still say 7 when I deleted it? Okay, never mind. Oh, I know what happened. You got 7. Yeah. All right, so Getrect first then.
Yes, well, I'll just charge up to the nearest raider and start wailing on them with this headless corpse I'm carrying.
Okay, so you smash through the blackened kudzu and run down the bank, bearing down on this poor, startled raider who just sort of has time to look at you before he's battered with a corpse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blood frenzy rage thing as well.
Okay, so that's strength plus melee, which means you get a bonus die. Plus barbarian.
Right. 13 plus barbarian is 15.
Okay, and you have an extra D3 strength while you're raging as well.
So that's another 2, so 17.
Yeah. That also adds to your lifeblood temporarily.
There we go. I think that's a little bit more appropriate.
Okay. So, roll a D6 plus your current strength for damage. That's gonna hurt.
11.
Okay. Minus the armor, which is 1. So that's 10. Which is enough to completely batter him. Okay. Yeah, so you come hurtling down on this guy. He barely has time to say, oh, before you smash him with this corpse. the body that you've been carrying for 3 days now kind of bursts apart as you hit him, but all of his bones are essentially broken, and various broken bones, either from his corpse now or her corpse, pierce various organs. So you're just left holding a foot. And he's just annihilated.
Is there enough of him left to pick him up and use him next time?
Yes, you could pick him up and use him as a club.
Cool.
Okay, Phantom.
All right. 4 left.
4 and their leader.
And the shotgun guy.
That's the leader.
All right. Are there any any other of our fellow villagers standing in that area?
The only villagers you can see are caged at the end of the pier. There's a few bodies around, but
all right. My pyrotechnic gas, can I just light them all up?
you can slide down and you can engulf a couple of them.
All right. Holster my pistol, and I'll slide down and attempt to burninate them all.
Okay, make a ranged attack roll, and you have surprise, so you can add your shade.
Double 6.
Nice. Do you want to upgrade that to a legendary success by spending a hero point?
Sure do.
Okay, so it does maximum damage, which is
D6, so 6.
yeah. Oh, where is it? Yeah. Okay, so that'll be 6, which is enough to kill one of them. So yeah, you engulf a pair of them in fire over and over again as you descend, torching them utterly. They melt like wax in the onslaught of your flame. Right, Mr. Frosty.
Okay. Is there a big enough group to effectively drop a grenade on?
So there's 2 normal ones left who are hanging out to guard the cages. So you may not want to grenade them until they move.
No.
The leader is currently in what used to be the center of the town where the main steam engine was. So he's within lobbing range.
Yeah, we kill him. He's probably the rest will probably scatter. So I don't want to drop a phosphorus grenade in there and set my place on fire even further. Although setting him on fire would be great. But, I have a feeling we'll need that, so we'll just go ahead and drop a frag on him.
Okay.
So I have to use my crappy agility.
Yeah, and ranged.
Oh, well, then it's... Damn. I might as well just hand this thing off to Phantom.
But he's already gone, so...
I know. Okay. Oh my god, I actually got a 10 total.
Nice. Okay, what's the damage on that?
This is a mother clucker. It says throw 20, blast 10, range 20. So I'm guessing blast is 10.
Yep. Let me just look it up to be sure.
Oh no, no. The first number is the damage. I think 20.
That sounds incredibly high. So
It does sound insanely high because the phosphorus only does a d6 plus 1.
it's probably me typoing. Frag. No, it's d6 damage.
Okay.
Okay.
A single
can you
d6.
roll a single d6, please?
Oh.
Lucky chicken bone, lucky chicken bone.
Average. I don't guess I can boost it.
You can convert a success to a mighty success. So if you spent a hero point, you could make it do 6 damage.
Let's do that.
Okay. Right. So there is a big boom as your grenade lands at his feet. He's knocked backwards into the bulky machinery of the steam engine with dozens of fragments of metal stuck in his flesh. He staggers but doesn't fall. There's blood coming from his ears, so he's probably deafened as well. Okay, that was your surprise turn.
Well, he looks surprised.
So it is now your normal turn. Detract.
Who's the nearest one to me?
The dead guy you just pummeled. Then the leader.
Okay, I'm going to use the dead guy I just pummeled to kill the leader.
Do you want to throw the body at him, or because
No,
otherwise you're going to have to? Otherwise, you're going to have to pick up the body. That would be one action, and then charge to get to him, which would be a second action. But you wouldn't be able to beat him.
Can you pull your sword while you're running?
Yes.
There you go.
Charge to get to him and then pick him up and just smack him against stuff.
Oh.
Is there a grapple?
There is. Can I remember what it is? Did I put it in the quick reference?
I do have a brawl ability, so
It's not got a very good index, this, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was looking at it yesterday, and they only offer it in PDF form, so...
Lame.
Yeah. How you got a hardback, I don't know. But
It used to be published by Cubicle 7. I picked it up at a convention over here.
Oh, nice. I like Cubicle 7.
Yeah.
Makers of Warhammer. That's something we need to play one of these days, is 4th edition Warhammer.
Yeah, it's on the list. Dodging and parrying, resolving combat, 2-weapon fighting, resolving hits, damage, automatic success, automatic failure, blah blah blah. Bugger it, I'll improvise. Okay. If you want to tackle him, just make a normal brawl attack against him to start with.
So no bonus die on that one.
No, it's not melee, it's brawl. So.
Yeah, so I rolled an 11 and then my brawl is 2, so 13.
Plus your strength.
Oh, plus my strength, which is... Am I still raging? Or
You're still raging.
Okay, so plus 6, 17.
Okay. God, you're a monster. Right, I need to roll for him to try and resist that. So 14, which in any other circumstance would be a good roll, but no. Okay. So yeah, dropping the foot, you charge through the smouldering remnants of your town and fly at him and grab him. So you've got him held.
So I
Phantom.
by the leg.
Oh. Sorry, what was that? By the legs?
Yeah.
A rugby tackle then.
Yeah, basically.
Right. Anthem.
All right. I'm gonna yell out, Frosty. Make sure he can still talk, and I will head for the last guy by the cages. And
There's 2 guys left.
Oh, besides the tackled guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I spend a point to attack twice? Or, well, I guess this would be the same as last time. If I...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try and get as close as I can, and I'm going to throw one of my tomahawks and I will attempt to empty out the rest of the mag at the other guy.
Okay, so remember it's a -2 to each
Yeah.
roll. So that's 1 tomahawk throw and 2 shots. But that's all ranged attacks.
Okay. So, first one. It's gonna miss. It's below an 8.
Okay, so your tomahawk goes hurtling off.
Yeah. And 10 for the gun.
So that's a hit.
And 10 again.
Okay, roll damage twice for the pistol.
Alright. 3 and a 4.
Okay, so your tomahawk goes hurtling past the first one and just sort of ducks his head to the side. The other guy you land a couple of shots on at fairly long range. You see his cobbled together armor sort of rippling and blood bursting from behind it, but he's still standing, though he's wheezing. Right, Mr. Frosty.
Jeez. Yeah, as if I could stop Getrect from killing this thing.
Please stop.
Yeah, please stop hitting him.
Oh, and he's in a bit of a rage, so yeah, no, okay. It might not work.
I'll start hitting you.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say I don't think I'm gonna be able to stop him. So I might as well concentrate on the trying to get our other people free. Is there anything about getting a bonus if you get closer to somebody with a shotgun?
You won't get a penalty dice if you're no longer at long range.
Okay, then that would be, yeah. I'd like to get closer to the 2 guys guarding the cage.
Okay.
Just freeing our people is kind of secondary importance. I figure Getrect is going to take the leader out by himself, especially after he got fragged.
It'll take both your actions to catch up to where Phantom is.
Okay.
And be behind cover. So yeah, you scramble down the bank and run as best as your old bones and your extra leg will carry you.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we'd like them more if they got the chin license back as well. I think it's just publishing agreement. Right. So the leader futilely tries to break free of Getrect's grip. So can you make a strength plus brawl roll to keep him held, please?
Cool. $15.
Okay, there's no way he's getting out of your grip, especially wounded as he is. Yeah, he just kind of bleeds over you, which almost makes him slippery enough to break free, but not quite. The remaining barbarians, one of them hurls his axe at Shade. You used your actions this turn, so you can't dodge. Okay, that's a hit. Ow. Takes 6 lifeblood of damage.
My ballistic mesh, does that soak, or is that...
Yes.
It's a 3 armor AV plus 1 versus primitive.
Versus primitive weapons, so it's 4 armor versus primitive.
Alright.
So you only take 2 lifeblood of damage after that. Oh no, 3, because they've got armor penetration.
Got it.
The wounded guy reaches into the cage, pulls one of the townsfolk to the edge of the cage and puts his axe blade to their throat. And bellows out, "Stop!" New turn. Correct.
Am I close enough to go and hit the guy by the cage with the guy I'm holding, or?
No, you're more in the center of the town, holding this guy.
Okay, with 2 actions, can I just whack him against the ground twice?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to pound him into the ground.
Okay. Make 2 brawl rolls.
He's
Remember your
brawl on
strength.
melee if I'm
Oh,
holding
it's
his
true. Melee, because he's a weapon. Yeah. And remember your strength
melee
is higher.
attack against the ground. So I rolled 10 plus 6 for strength.
And given your strength, yeah, you just smash him against the floor until he bursts.
Yeah. Second roll in case I roll a 1, because that makes me keep raging.
Okay.
No, I didn't. That's fine.
Okay. Phew. All right, but yeah, he's thoroughly fucking dead. Right, Phantom.
All right. 2 of them are still standing.
Yeah, the injured one has one of the townsfolk held against the bars of the cage and has his axe to their throat. The other one is reaching back to get a second axe after they hurled their other one at you.
All right. I'm going to drop my 1 pistol and make like I'm putting my hands up and see if he lets go. Look, you got me. Just let him or her go.
Her, a teenager.
Sad.
Just let her go. We can talk this out.
You get to beat him to death with their own shoes.
Who throws this shoe? Honestly, you fight like a girl.
Okay, he does not release her, just keeps a wary eye on you.
All right.
Mr. Frosty?
So this guy basically has a hostage.
Yep. Shoot the hostage.
I will hold up the phosphorus grenade, pull the pin, smile at him, and say, "Here's what's going to happen. You're either going to let her go and run, or I'm going to toss this at you. And I'll just let the ancients sort it out."
But you'd burn too, and your townspeople.
You think I care? Look me in the eye. I'm old. I don't care. I didn't survive this long by being stupid and sentimental.
Okay.
And, I mean, look what I'm using for my avatar. You're basically looking at Klaus Kinski. You think I care, but you think. I mean, I'm basically bluffing.
Okay. What I suggest is that you roll appeal, but you add your wise one bonus because you're using archaic tech in the form of a strange-looking grenade to intimidate him. He's got a thermal detonator.
He's got a thermal detonator.
And maybe use your passionate capability to give you a bonus die.
Okay.
I am. Can I ready an action if they get distracted? I'm going to pull my second pistol and just fire once the hostage is out of the way.
Okay, so it's 8 minus 1 for my appeal makes it 7.
6. You just take the 2 highest.
Oh, okay. Then, okay, so 6 minus 1 makes it 5 plus 3 for wise 1. So that turns it into 8.
Yeah. You can re-roll for a hero point.
Why not? Let's do that. So re-roll the whole thing?
Yep, so all 3 dice.
Okay. I mean, 6 is kind of middle of the road, so... Yeah, it's going to be about the same either way.
That's slightly better.
Slightly, it's a 1 whole point better.
Well, it takes it to 9, which is a success, isn't it?
Oh, okay. I didn't know what my number was, my target was. So.
Yeah, it's always 9 unless otherwise said. There may be modifiers and things going on. Okay. They look at you. They look at each other. They look back at you. He releases the hostage. They both go to dive off the pier, and Phantom draws his pistol and shoots.
All right.
Can you make 2 shots? One on each? Or
yeah, is that a sneaky enough action that I can use my...
Yes.
All right. First one is an 11. Second one is just a 7. 7-11.
Is that with all your bonuses?
Yeah, that was with the -2, so it's just a +1.
Well,
And
you're not
die.
dual wielding weapons this time, so you don't have a -2.
Oh, all right then. So that
9 and
is-
13.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll damage. Add your shade bonus to the damage.
Cool. That's a 9 and a 7.
Okay. As they both try to move, you quickly whip out your pistol and let off a couple of shots, killing both of them stone dead in a heartbeat.
Blow the smoke off the gun. Flip it around. Gonna smash open the we're yeah. I'll
Yeah.
smash open the locks on the cages.
Strong to the cage, smash it open. The handful of survivors spill out. Most of them either thanking you profusely or falling to their knees and crying or rushing off into what's left of the town to see what happened to their loved ones.
Carefully put the pin back in the grenade. Not gonna make me roll for that, are you?
I'm just checking something. Okay. It's against marine doctrine, but you can reinsert pins to prevent grenades exploding.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could do that in this world. So.
Well, I was just checking because it might be one of those movie things, you know?
Oh.
Like pulling it out with your teeth without
Yeah,
losing a whole bunch
you
of
don't.
them.
Yeah, you can't do that. Absolutely can't do that, but you can put a pin back in. Yeah, we'll do that and secure the grenade. Look over at Phantom. Sometimes you have to use your brains.
And sometimes Gatrek has to use a body.
Yes.
So everyone's dead, right?
Yeah. Everybody's dead,
Snort of poop is just let go of the spoon and wait. No! That's not how this works.
Okay, well, I guess Gatrek is gonna go and find the others and still be holding the stump of a leg to batter anyone who's happens to be left.
You don't suppose that these are the same people who we got the chickens from, do you?
But they were nice. They gave us chicken.
I wasn't really speaking to you.
I was looking for the same style of clothing, but these seem more like
Random raiders.
yeah. The white chalk though, that's interesting. I don't suppose there's anything left of the leader's body.
Giblets.
You could sieve through the giblets for his personal effects, I suppose.
Anything that would possibly hint at where they came from.
Okay.
I'll kind of look forlornly at the leader of our settlement, and if he's still alive, and tell him, "Well, we brought your tank."
He's not there, but some of the other people I say, well, it's a start. We can rebuild from that. Unless these people come back, there were others. They took some of the townsfolk away.
Did they give any hint as to where they're going?
Oh, not to us, but maybe there's something on the bodies. Can you make perception type rolls to search the bodies for clues? Wise one can apply. Punisher can apply.
All right.
I'm intelligent.
Yeah, you haven't really got anything.
That's
You
why I
can
was
still
trying to
roll. You
survive.
might roll well.
Maybe plus mind.
Yeah, plus mind. Or take away mind if you're good track.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay.
Nah, didn't do great either. 7.
I found this leg.
You found the spoon, sir. Not the spoon from the grenade. No. What did Mr. Frosty get?
4. I'm sorry.
4?
4 for what? What I get?
For the search roll to try and determine where these people came from.
My
So
search
perception.
roll.
Perception check.
Add your
Okay.
wise.
My wise one. Okay. Probably this might not be a bad roll.
This is what you're good at.
This is what I'm good at. Yeah. 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. So searching their bodies, their axes all seem to have been produced in a fairly uniform way, which is unusual. Suggests they've got access to decent machinery and materials. The armor is made from old world materials as well. Things like bits of tire, floor mats from vehicles, stuff like that. Tough, hard-wearing, leathery, old world materials that you can't really get anymore without scrapping. So they must come from somewhere that's got a decent amount of scrap materials to it. The leader and a couple of the other men have keys on chains around their necks. And down by the pier, there's a couple of old dirt bikes. Well, 3 old dirt bikes.
Are there any steel mills or scrap yards around?
Not that you know of, but checking over the bikes, they're battered, but they're in good working order. They've just been stripped back to the bare essentials. You do find an encoded map amongst their belongings.
Are there tracks in the sand or silt?
There are tracks, but they might not necessarily last that long. Depends how far away they come from. But you could follow the tracks for a while. To decode the map, that'll be another mind wise one roll.
Okay. $12.
Okay. Okay, you can't quite make it out. You could use your determined to double your mind and reroll.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Well, now it's a 10. So,
You
Check and a
could
failure.
spend your last hero point.
Might as well. That just adds an extra dice.
No, reroll.
Another reroll. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Okay.
10,
No.
it's a 10, it's a 12. So 12 is as good as it's going to get.
Well, if you like leave immediately, you could follow the tracks for a good distance. Might be enough to get to where they came from, but if you head out and don't find them pretty quickly, the moment there's a lot of wind or rain or just the morning dew, if there is any, that will obscure the tracks. So if
We
you're
need to
going to
go right now.
you need to go right now.
Yeah.
And on that note, let's take a 15-minute break.
Sounds good.
All right. We shall see you, dear viewers, in about 15 minutes. And we're back, hopefully. If people unmute themselves.
Oh, whoops. There I am.
Hello. Hello.
Kinski. Well, I figured if I did that, then I could do the German accent too.
If you feel like it.
You and your friends, you have to go and leave.
Right, so where we left off. While you were off gathering pressure vessels. Your hometown was attacked and razed, and some people were killed, some people were captured, and some people were captured and sent away. You slaughtered the rear guard of whatever bandits or raiders had done the attack, searched them over, found that they have some sort of reasonable industrial base that they're working from, and found a map which you spectacularly failed to decode, and some dirt bikes.
Now, do we have enough time to rest, get a little bit of our lifeblood back?
With 15 minutes rest, you can get half of what you lost back.
All right.
I was going to say, are one of these dirt bikes even going to support get wrecked?
Maybe you could wear 2 like roller skates.
Yeah, one on each foot.
Control the throttles with my toes.
Oh, was that rounding down or up?
Let's be generous. Round up.
All right. Gonna fish my tomahawk out of wherever it's landed and reload, check my pistols.
Just give me 1 sec. I've got to answer something. It's work related, so I can't let it wait. Why can't people wait till Monday?
Exactly.
Good question. Why can't they wait till Monday? How rude.
By the... Yeah. Hey, Simon, I actually mentioned you yesterday on Twig.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because Doritos just released a new pickle and cheese flavor. And I said, because of you and your Branston pickle and cheese sandwich, I actually ordered a couple of things of Branston pickle to try it for myself.
Oh, yeah, that's what I had for dinner today as well.
There you go.
Yeah, let me know what you think.
I will. I definitely
You
will.
gotta have, like, decent cheddar cheese with it, though. Like
That's what Grim was saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I figure I'll go to the deli and get something decent.
Yeah, none of this craft bullshit.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
A nice, strong, sharp cheddar.
Yeah, I like sharp cheddar.
My inclination was to grill it because I just like the cheese to be melty. Does that ruin it?
I've
That
never
could
done
work.
that with pickle.
It could work if you put the pickle underneath, so it's protected by the cheese.
No, we're talking American grilled cheese here, where you put it in like a frying pan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you could toast it.
The cheese
I don't
toasty
normally.
for us, Grim.
Yeah. And I think the reason people can't wait till Monday is that for most people, creating game stuff is their side gig, so they do it on weekends. So.
Yeah. I get
All
that.
right. So yeah, you can spend 15 minutes, rub a bit of dirt in the wounds, like G.I. Jose tells you to, and then you'll be good to go. How fast do you want to push these dirt bikes?
How fast do they go?
Probably 60.
Equivalent of 125s, so somewhere between 50 and 70 miles per hour.
Oh. Of course, with it.
But none of you have probably ridden dirt bikes before.
No. Especially not over kudzu and broken earth and everything. So.
Well, the tracks lead out over the salt flats, so though they're not as flat as they might be.
I think as long as we just take it slow and steady, we can make it. We can follow. Because it's not like they could have gotten away that quickly.
We don't want to lose the. Is this if the tide rolls in, is this far enough away that it wouldn't?
There's no sea anymore.
Oh well.
In this area, at least.
Can I spend a hero point for get wrecked to just have a natural ability to ride a motorbike?
No, but you could give yourself a bonus dice or upgrade a success. I mean, for riding it, yeah, I don't think any of you have any background capabilities that would be useful for that, so it's just going to be agility for all of you.
Yeah.
Archaea Tech. No, Mr. Frosty would get to add his wise one to it.
Ooh. So do I need to go and roll, or?
Well, I really need to know how hard you're going to push it. So, say they can do 50, right? But that would be flat out.
Yeah.
And over a long period, that's going to not be great. Either on the bike or on you. So that would be difficulty tough. So that would be -4. 40, 30.
Well, my feeling is they can't have come from very far. And the other thing too is if they're in the salt flats, anywhere that they've come from is probably going to be pretty obvious.
Okay, well, let's say you're going 30 to try and catch them. It's about 50 kilometers an hour. Okay, so make your agility rolls at -1.
5.
7.
Let's see.
Bunch.
Can I spend a hero point to just re-roll that?
Yes,
I got 7.
if you have hero points left.
But yeah, I started with 2 bonuses.
Yeah.
I think I only spent 1. Yeah.
I think so.
I haven't actually spent any yet. Am I able to spend them on other people re-rolling?
That's optional rule, but yeah, I'll say yes.
Cool.
Yeah, you've got 5 hero points.
Yeah, so I'm going to use 1 to get a bonus die.
Yeah.
And spend another 1 for any re-rolls that other people need.
I've got an 8. Still failed.
Well, with my
Yeah.
bonus die, I still fail.
Okay. And Mr. Frosty got...
I got a whole 7.
Okay, well, that's a fail as well. Even with your Lawmaster bonus. Your
Let me see.
wise one, sorry.
Oh no, with my Wiseman bonus, kicks it up to 10.
10? Yeah. Okay, so you succeeded. The other 2 failed. And you already spent points for rerolls?
Yeah, I can't spend any more because I'm out. Blowing
I
on
see.
everything
Okay.
else.
1. Can you just keep spending them, or is it a limit per?
You're only 1 per action.
Yeah.
All right.
Or 1 in one kind of way per action. So. Okay. So you hoon off across the salt flats. The tracks curve around to the south, and you follow them south as best you can. The ground isn't completely flat. Time and weather hasn't had enough time to flatten it completely out, so you find yourselves bumping along and going down into bumps and salt crusts threatening to shatter under you and pitch you off the bikes every now and then. You pass by a few rusted hulks of old fishing vessels and things out there as well. You've been going for about 1.5 hours when Gutrecht and Phantom's bikes start to putter and stop working.
Oh dear. Well. Okay, wait a minute. Are they sputtering because they ran out of diesel fuel?
Make a sort of mind plus wise one roll to tinker with them.
Ah. I have a chance. Oh, sorry, it's 2 dice. My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so used to looking at the number and going like, that's the number of dice. I don't know why, because I think of dust and everything else. Okay, I got a 9.
So with your bonus of your mind and your... So you add both your mind and your wise one background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's 6, 9, 12,
It's
isn't it?
12. It's 12, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you hunker down and have a look at the bikes. They're fine. You've used up quite a bit of fuel, but they're not empty. What it is that those 2 guys haven't quite got the hang of gears yet, and have been running it in too low a gear, and the engines are overheating. So they just need to be cooled down. Then you should be able to set off again.
All right. We give the bikes a rest. You two really need to learn how to shift it into higher gears and not just run it straight. Right? I need to show you guys how to run a bike.
Oh, this is the first time I've ever seen one, so I don't know. Maybe that would have helped, beforehand, but...
Okay. My bad. I assumed.
I mean, you've already done what you could to help, fitting the training wheels and everything, so...
Training wheels on your motorcycle. Baby's first motorcycle.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, after letting them rest for a while, you managed to get them running again. Maybe take it a little bit slower for the rest of the distance.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't really want to push them full out anyway to start with, but they can't have come from very far.
No. So, with the time it took to get home, to deal with the baddies, talk with the others, search everything around, rest a little bit, and then head out, you kind of got a bit of a choice now. One of the bikes has a light on it that works, but obviously a light is going to be visible from some distance, though they might just think you're the others coming to join them. So you could either follow the rest of the trail with a light, which might cause you problems, but you won't be able to follow the trail in the night, and there's a chance that the weather overnight and the dew and everything will end up covering the trail. So how do you want to proceed?
I say we risk it.
I think I've got an idea. What if we travel with the light on? When we get within distance, maybe one of the bikes goes boom, and then they have to come out to, air quotes, rescue us, and we set a trap. Maybe get one question.
Well, my thought is, if all they can see is one light, maybe they won't hear all 3 bikes. Kind of a risk, but
we have to figure out what their compound is exactly. We're going in kind of blind.
Mm-hmm. My guess, if I have to make a guess, it's probably an old offshore refinery. This is the Salt Basin. They were wielding junk weapons. They have access to petrol. It's probably an offshore drilling rig of some kind, an old one.
But when you were checking over the bikes and looking at the fuel canisters, they seem to be converted and running on biodiesel.
Huh. Not crude oil.
Part of the reason the bikes are so slow, you think?
I still think oil rig is probably our best bet. Or is probably what it's going to be, just because that would have a lot of metal machine parts and things to make weapons and armor out of, and have plenty of tools and shelter. And They are designed to be kind of self-sufficient.
All right, let's keep following. If there's anything popping up, we can kick this over later.
Oil burns good, right?
It does. Assuming it's still good.
Burn them to death?
Well, I can do that if you need.
I was going to say, I don't think a refinery is going to burn just because it's metal.
All right. Can you make perception rolls, please?
I can try. Fail.
10.
Do I get to add mind into this?
Yeah.
Good. Then it's an 11.
Okay. So you carry on driving for a while. There's more and more wrecked boats and just trash and detritus. Here and there, it's like big holes have been dug into the salt crust, and then a whole bunch of shit has been dumped into it, like a midden almost. And you're seeing this more and more often. As the sun begins to set, you make out a peculiar shape on the horizon. Phantom and Frosty see it first. Seems to be something elevated on enormous stilts and concrete piles. So it's standing quite high up from the what used to be the seafloor and the salt crust. It's not a rig. It's more like a big flat platform with sort of large metal rooms bolted on to the underside and on the top. And it looks like it's been armored up and built up over time as well. There's sort of accretions of old shipping containers and other things all hanging off it or hooked onto the legs. Next to it, laying sort of listing slightly to one side, is the hulk of an old super yacht. Frosty knows of those from legends, the sort of luxury ships that very rich and powerful people had in the time before.
You know,
Is this
after we...
Victorian naval defence that's near the Isle of Wight?
Not sure if it's near the Isle of Wight, but
I think it's somewhere down in the...
the Maunsell Sea Forts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of north of Essex.
Oh, the north of Essex. Okay.
Yeah, it's more than Napoleonic forts that are down south. These were the anti-aircraft ones from the Second World War.
Oh, okay. I just wondered if there is still a Napoleonic one out in the sea somewhere.
Probably.
So, after we kill all these people, we should take this place as our home.
Seems like a good idea, if we can kill all of them. I don't know how many are living in there.
They have light, and it looks like electric light to Frosty's eyes.
Yeah, they've got electric lights here. I don't know if I really want to burn off this phosphorus grenade. It might irreparably destroy stuff that they have if we want to keep the place intact.
All right. So we're going in low tech.
How do you mean?
Guns or nothing explosive.
Where possible, I'll just have to put the grenade where I can put it to the best use, where it's not going to destroy what we want to capture.
Still think the best bet is we need a hostage. I can question them. I'm pretty good at that.
Well, we'll see who runs the place. Maybe we can get them.
All right. You're gonna cut the light.
Do you wanna...
You can't turn the lights off on a bike.
Oh, well, I can smash it in.
I was about to say, get wrecked.
Smash.
Right, scrub. Well, bikes also make a lot of noise, so do you want to leave them behind and sneak up, or
probably best?
Can I pick up a bike and use it as a weapon?
No.
like that biker episode of The Simpsons with Homer fencing with it.
That's what I was thinking.
Unless you're unless you're the Hulk himself, in which case then pick up the whole yacht and use it as a weapon.
It's called a chopper, so yeah, it's got to be good.
Yeah, I mean, dirt bikes don't weigh as much as choppers, but still.
No. I mean, I guess you're strong enough to carry one if you really want to, but not really to wield it as a weapon.
Well, if I can't wield it as a weapon, there's no point in carrying it. I'll just drop it again.
Clonk. Well, one of you might be walking back now.
Won't be me. I'm too old.
Right. Well, for your sneaky approach upon the enemy encampment, can you make stealth rolls, please, with a +2 bonus?
All right. Can I lead the way in any way that assists them?
You can spend hero points for them if it comes to it.
Okay.
Might need to.
Well, I got 9 before any other modifiers. I don't know what stealth would come under.
Agility and War Chief.
I have an 8 because agility's not my thing.
12.
14.
Okay, and then you get +2 as well.
Oh, that's including that +2. So.
Okay. T-shirt, was your 8 including
7.
your +2?
Actually, it's a 7 including the +2. So that was
Okay.
+3.
Can I float him a hero point?
Yep. Reroll.
You're wasting it.
Come on.
Yeah, it's marginally better. So it's a 6, 7, 8.
+2.
Yeah, that's with the +2.
Okay.
I have a
And what's
-1
your
agility.
Okay.
-1. Yeah, that's what hurts. And having no skills that work for it.
Is he small enough I can carry him?
Wait. I have an idea. Since I'm obviously a liability in the stealth department, why don't I just walk up as if I am seeking shelter? Then you two can dry gulch whoever comes out to greet me.
True. Let you do that. Since a
We
hero
do
point
know-
was spent.
We do know they are slavers.
Well, then they'll probably want to take me as a slave.
Right. And if we
crush
can't
them.
get... Okay.
And if you can't rescue me in time, then I hold up the phosphorus grenade.
Well, you're going to have to find somewhere to stick that.
Don't worry. I have places.
Just don't pull it out by the pin.
Yeah, ew. Oh shit, it's jammed. Somebody have some KY, quickly.
You have to see if you hold the spoon in place, and that's going to be rolling for anal circumference.
Run! I can't
there's
clench
that.
much longer.
I've got to clench so the spoon stays in.
Yeah, there's stranger things. Bohemian ear spoons, for example. All right, so with Mr. Frosty acting as a distraction, you other two are able to sneak up to the outer bounds of the place. So, Frosty, the main approach seems to be to come in at the back of the old super yacht. There's like an improvised watchtower where they've turned an old cargo container on its end and built a platform on top of it. And the people up there do spot you since you're approaching openly.
That looks nice and rickety.
Yes, looks pretty rickety.
It'd be a shame if somebody dropped a phosphorus grenade at the bottom of it.
That would be terrible. Who goes there?
Just me. Haven't had any food or water in 2 days. I was hoping I could find some here. You have lights?
You can
I'm
see
willing
we have
to work.
lights. Oh, you'll work, all right. Hold fast right there.
I just hold up my staff that I'm walking with, doing my best to be feeble.
I'm old. I've got a wife and an extra leg to support.
Yes. Actually, I have 4 legs. I thought you had 3. No, that 4th one is my shotgun, bitch.
Okay, one of them rapidly climbs down a ladder while the other guy keeps watch and makes his way over to you. Doesn't bother taking his axe out or readying it. You're a long way from the zoo, old one.
Well, a bunch of raiders just attacked the zoo and left everything in chaos. I managed to escape.
Did you?
Out
Now?
this place. Yes. Been traveling all day and all night.
You're a bit of a scrawny old fella, aren't you?
Well, I didn't get to be this old because I was, stupid. I'm smart. I know lots of things. I can work on things for you.
What kind of things do you know?
Well, for one thing, I know how to read.
Okay. What does that say? He points to the side of the yacht.
I'll say what it says.
It says the turkey jerky.
The turkey jerky. What a name. I remember turkey jerky. It was tasty. Have you ever actually seen a turkey?
Can't say that I have. I
I
hear
bet you
tell
have.
it's like a big fat chicken.
Yep. Pretty
But
much.
much less tasty.
Opinions vary.
Alright, put down your stuff.
I'm needless to walk on. Certainly you wouldn't deny an old man his staff.
I need to search you.
Alright, so do I have to roll something to keep that grenade concealed?
Yes.
Are we within earshot of this?
Yeah, I assumed you were staying fairly close in case anything goes wrong for him.
Well, if he's about to be searched, can I go and crush the guy who's going to search him?
You will be spotted by the guy in the watchtower.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I can't let him have his grenade taken off him. I don't know what it does, but he seems attached to it.
Might be like the other.
Get wrecked. We follow him in. We'll get him. We'll get it back.
Crush bad man.
All right.
So, can Frosty make an agility plus dock roll to hide the grenade?
Okay, well, they cancel each other out, so it's going to be a straight roll.
Your agility is 1. It's not -1.
Is it 1 or is it -1? I thought it was -1.
It's 1. It's your
It's just
appeal.
one.
It's at -1.
Okay. My appeal's not. Okay, so I have a whole 2 to add to this.
So
Ooh,
on average, you
not
should
bad.
make the roll.
10.
Yep.
It's a
Okay.
success. Most people don't check there.
All right. He pats you down and discovers your shotgun, your compass, and your climbing gear.
Yeah, I'll shrug at the shotgun. It's like, it's for defense. Lots of dangerous and hostile people out there.
You won't need it here. We've got dozens of guards.
Oh, excellent.
So he takes that. And he kind of hems and haws and then lets you have the staff to walk with. Right. Walk ahead of me through there.
Sure thing. Walking a little bit more awkwardly. Definitely going to be needing that staff at the moment.
Yeah. Hobble, hobble.
Hobble, hobble.
And you guys want to follow him in?
Well, I'm waiting to see what Get Wrecked decides to do before I approach.
Everything depends on the idiot.
Hang on, I'm going to roll a dice to decide.
Think about the rabbits, Lenny.
Odds, I'm going to crush the guy in full view of everyone as soon as he takes that shotgun. Evens, I'll stick to the plan.
Yeah.
Odds. Sorry. Yeah, he can't have that shotgun. Bad man.
Damn.
Okay, so
I would
you.
have gotten away with it if it weren't for you
Easter egg for
meddling
nothing.
morons.
And what's Phantom doing as Gitrecht takes off at high speed?
I suppose I am taking aim. There's the guy in the damn the guard tower.
It's the guy in the guard tower, yeah.
Guard tower is.
I mean, you could get close enough to throw one of your tomahawks at him.
Can I run up and scale the guard tower? Or is it too well lit?
It's pretty well lit. If you were quick, you could. Yeah, you've probably just about got time.
All right, I'm gonna
Scaling
go
it's
for
going to
this.
be tricky. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a hero point to can I add a die with that?
Yes.
Oh wait, twist of fate, change the narrative in a reasonable way.
Mm-hmm.
You could use that to make Get Wrecked not go up.
Yeah, I was going to think of what would Get Wrecked enjoy a fluffy little bunny? Well, no, that wouldn't be around here. Some kind
Maybe
of
you've got
yeah.
Maybe you've got a stuffed bunny.
All right. Pull out a stuffed bunny and the keys to the motorcycle, and I jingle it. Come on.
That's-
Just.
That's
let it
sufficient to distract Get Wrecked.
Yeah. Okay. That negates the effect of the tarred dice. Yeah. All right. So while you distract him and get all that sorted out, Mr. Frosty is led into the bowels of the ancient super yacht. What was once luxury is now far from it. There are electric lights, mostly sort of LED bulbs or just individual LEDs that have been crudely wired onto bits of wood and then nailed up. But most of this seems to be like barracks for their lower level workers, things like that. A lot of them seem to be chained or handcuffed to workbenches, where they're working away on various projects.
Yeah, got kind of a captive workforce here, huh?
Well, works out for us. So you're smart, huh?
I am.
All right, continues leading you through the yacht. You can see hints of its past splendor here and there. Eventually, leads you out onto the prow of it, and they've built a crude bridge up from the prow up to one of the lower sections of the concrete pylons, and he carries on, nudging you up there until you arrive in a rather foul-smelling, cramped, hot little space where they're processing vegetable oil into biodiesel.
Oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah, take crops and zoo and process it. Make yourself useful here. I'll get you something to eat.
Oh, thank you.
So what were you saying, Simon?
Are we just following along behind as he leads him through the...
Well, I was coming back to ask you what you want to do. Do you want to try and follow him into the building?
I think that was the plan, wasn't it?
If we can, Like what? Like if the guard, there's how many guards on the outside that we're aware of? Just the tower and the one who took him.
Yeah, at the moment.
All right.
There are probably other towers around the rest of the periphery. So at the moment, there's just one guard to worry about.
Well, we might as well kill the tower guard if we can do it quietly.
All right. I'll give that a shot now that he's out of the way. I'm gonna scale the tower.
Okay. Stealthily scale the tower. Right. Make a stealth roll at -2.
Does shade come into that at all?
Yes, shade and agility.
All right.
I'm being distracted by the fluffy bunny at the moment.
11.
Okay, no problem. You creep up the ladder utterly silently and then emerge at the top. So they've built a metal platform on top, and then there's sort of a wooden barricade around the outside. There's a couple of old deck chairs here. One of the guards is sat on the deck chair looking out over the salt plains below. But it's, because they've got a little electric light up here, it kind of gives you night blindness, so you can't really see that far out. That must be how you managed to get so close.
I'm gonna approach behind him, put my tomahawk blade up to his neck, grab him by the back of his head, or his hair. How many of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many of you are there?
He sort of weighs up for a moment. What to tell you? It's just, two dozen plus the chief. Well, and the guys who are out.
Seem like he's telling the truth, because I got my Punisher.
Yeah, make a mind Punisher roll.
Nice. 13.
Okay. You're fairly sure he's telling the truth. I mean, you've got him by the neck. You got your blade so close that his pulse is like nudging it slightly. So, yeah, he's terrified. You're pretty sure he's telling you the truth.
All right. You got rope up here?
Yes.
You stay very still. Gonna just keep the tomahawk out, grab the rope, see if I can tie him up real quick.
Yep.
You behave yourself. You behave yourself after all this. You don't even have to be a slave.
To leave him hogtied and gagged on the top of here?
Yeah. And did he have a gun of any kind up here?
He had a crossbow.
All right. I'm gonna take
Which has
that
the
with me.
advantage of being quiet. Okay, crossbows do. I don't think they gave us stats for it in that, so it'll be in here. Crossbows, D6 plus 1.
All right. Head back
Okay.
down.
And then you want to follow after.
Yeah. Crossbow leveled.
Yeah.
Gonna be prepared to use that.
The various slaves and workers that you make your way past take you for being other raiders, especially when they see good tracked. So, but taking care of the other guard did mean you lost track of where Frosty went. So, what were you saying, Simon?
If we're passing slaves, can we set them free?
You could, but that might kind of blow your cover a bit.
It might, but I don't like people being slaves. That's not nice. Plus, it'll cause chaos, which
You like chaos.
although it's going to blow our cover and people will know we're here, it's going to be quite chaotic with slaves running around and them trying to round them up. So, seems like a sensible, but also stupid option.
And you have poor impulse control, so
Yeah.
Evidently.
so moving through the bowels of the super yacht, you smash open some chains to free some slaves. They look at you like they don't know quite how to take it, whether it's real, what's going on. But eventually they start to scrabble free and release others.
Can I try to talk to the slaves and persuade them to wait for the big boom? When you hear the big boom, make a run for it.
They're breaking off pieces of wood to use as improvised weapons or gathering lengths of chain. But yeah, you talk to a few of them and impress upon them to wait. And they just nod and carry on around freeing the others.
I'll to make it even more in our favor, I will hand off a tomahawk and a pistol. So I will have one of each and the crossbow as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to hang on to the crossbow. Never mind. Scratch that.
I'm going to grab a slave and say, "We're bad men."
So amazingly, he doesn't faint from being picked up. Most of them are up on the platform, sir.
Take us. We kill.
Okay. Just put me down, please.
Oh,
brushes off his slave rags and scurries forward, pointing the way.
I'm going to grab him by the back and just tell him play along. Yeah, this way. We're taking you to the boss.
Which way's the boss?
I don't know why I just go into my goon voice.
I'm being oppressed.
Help, I'm being oppressed.
All right. So you emerge onto the front of the ship, and there's this crude bridge that they've built up there. This must be the way he went, because you've been through the whole yacht and you haven't seen or heard anything of him, so they must have gone this way. The slave turns back to you and says, they make the fuel up there, and you go through there to get up to the rest.
Make the fuel.
Yeah, I'll show you. Follow me. And he scurries up the bridge to the other side.
All right.
When you reach the other side, there's another couple of shipping containers bolted together and hung on the side of the concrete pylon. A crude door has been fitted on, wrestles that open. There's a weird chemical smell, but also a smell like cooking or frying. And there's a whole bunch of people jammed in here, cheek by jowl, sweating away as piping and containers and things. They all seem to be brewing this biodiesel that they've been using. And Frosty is in here.
These bad men?
No. More workers.
No, these are good people. They didn't ask to be here. Don't hurt them.
Oh, they're free now.
Well, you'll have to break their chains because they can't get loose.
I'll smash their chains with whatever is around.
Good track. Smash. Okay, yeah. You smash and break open more chains, and they rub their wrists as they're taken free. A small door on the other side opens backwards, and the other guard steps through holding a bowl of something steaming in his hands, and sort of turns around and stops.
Oh, thank you. Take the bowl. Have you met my friends?
No.
Get wrecked, smash.
I'll give you a chance if you...
Too late. Get drunk, smash.
Well, yes.
What are you smashing him with?
I'll just bring my fists down on his head in an attempt to sort of knock him out before he alerts everyone.
Box his ears in.
Okay.
I'm just trying to, stop him being a problem and alerting the other guard.
Okay, that works.
Make a brawl roll.
Do I have my strength?
Yes.
Yeah.
14.
Okay. Miraculously, he springs back out of the way and dives out back through the door.
Can I spend a hero point to change that?
To re-roll, you'll need to beat his defense roll, which was 17. Do you think you can do that?
Probably. I got a really bad roll. Can I spend 2 hero points and also get a bonus dice, or do I need?
You can indeed. So you'll roll 3 and take the highest 2.
Okay. And it's exactly the same roll.
Well, the way it's written, can you spend a hero point to have him like trip and fall?
Not really.
It was going by the twist of fate.
So you already spent for a re-roll, and you spent for a bonus die. So yeah, that's as much as you can really do. Okay, so yeah, he dives back out of the doorway as you try to bring your fists down on his head. Okay, now what?
Well, he's lost his chance to live, so I guess we're gonna kill him.
Shoot him with the crossbow. Can I go for that?
Yep, through the door, he's leapt onto a ladder and is desperately trying to scramble his way up, but you've got time to try and shoot him, so make a ranged attack roll.
Right. Let's see. Don't think that's going to make it. 7, 8, 9. No penalties, just barely. All right.
Yeah, so roll damage, which was d6 plus 1.
2.
Okay. The bolt hits his back, but deflects partly off the armor and just scrapes him.
This guy has the luck of the devil, he does.
Right, he goes scrambling up the ladder, shouting, "Intruders! Intruders! Sound the alarm! Intruders!"
They took my shotgun, guys. But I still have the grenade.
I can give you the crossbow. Will that do?
Sure.
Or any kind of ammo tracking, or
No, you just roll.
All right. I'm guessing it's
after combat.
It's got one of those racks that's on the bow itself. All right. And then I will yell everybody out.
They've been watching archives from the Slingshot channel, so they've all got auto crossbows.
Yeah.
Which you should all watch if you haven't.
Very
Jörg
cool
is
stuff. Yeah.
funny guy. Yeah. for a German.
German?
Yes. Let me show you its features.
Oh, yeah. I love that guy.
All right, so what are we doing?
Well, we still do want to capture this place, so it's actually in our best interest if we can get the slaves to cooperate to help us take this place. Otherwise, we're just going to have to flee.
I'd like to chase down that guy who was running away.
Okay, so Getrecht hurtles off after the guy, somehow squeezing his massive frame through the small door.
If he's going up a ladder and I can grapple him, he's going down the ladder very fast.
Frosty, I told them to move on the big boom. So if you want to make something go boom,
I think I could find something.
One of the slave workers puts his hand up. Do you mind if we leave before you blow it up?
Yeah, that was the intent.
Yeah,
okay. They scramble out the exit and down towards the yacht.
Well, I'll go find the best thing in here to go boom. Actually,
well, it's full of biodiesel and vegetables.
Well, we didn't want to blow up the whole thing, I thought.
I didn't either, but
You got the grenade. I said on a boom we can. Or yeah, let's take just a canister, throw it out, and I can superheat it.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, so while you're sorting that out, Contract chases the guy up the ladder. Given your sheer bulk and reach, you get to him just as he reaches the top and throws open the hatch. So can you make another brawl roll, please?
Sure.
Rip him back down.
Oh, I've still got a blood frenzy thing, so I'm going to use that as well.
Uh-oh.
Adds another 2 strength.
Oh,
Yep.
This guy's gonna be paced.
14.
Okay, well that's going to be a hit. How much damage does unarmed do?
I mean, this is throwing him back down the ladder. So
Yeah.
Damage rather than.
Yeah, but with your strength, it's kind of like.
Yeah.
Casually eat my bowl of soup as where this stuff is happening, by the way.
Okay. Fists do D2 damage, so we'll use that as a basis. Roll D6, 1 to 3, 1 damage, 4 to 6, 2 damage, then add your strength.
1 plus 6, 7.
Right. Yeah, you grab him. He desperately tries to hold onto the top rung by looping his arm around it, but you pull him down with such force that his arm snaps somewhere there,
Oh.
and comes around, and he hurtles down and breaks several more bones at the bottom.
Poor guy. He treated me okay.
Appear at the hatch, and I can just throw them down as well.
All right, but you've got a canister of fuel, fresh off the creation.
Yeah. So my idea is stick a rag in that, and I'll snap my fingers, spark the rag, and throw it out into the distance, just so there's enough of a big bang to cause a distraction, and the slaves know to run.
So you're just going to throw it out the door?
Well, I'm gonna look what's out there. Is there anything that would possibly cause a problem if I
Well, so
rained fire?
from here, if you look out onto the bridge, I mean, you could blow up the bridge, but that would stop the slaves helping you. You could throw it off to one side and blow it up. That would be fine. You could throw it at the buildings lower down on the pylon and blow it up. That would set fire to some of them. Might spread, might be a problem, but wouldn't immediately be a problem.
Well, I saw where the guard barracks were along the way, didn't I?
No, it's the slave barracks.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to blow those up.
I mean, if you're just going to use it as a signal, you could just hurl it into the air and ignite it with your...
Yeah, that was unless we let's go with that.
Okay. Right, can you make a ranged attack roll, please?
Nine.
Okay, so you hurl the canister into the air and then send a gout of flame immediately after it. Fortunately, your sort of organic flamethrowers have enough heat to ignite diesel properly. So it goes boom. And
Organic flamers melt steel beams.
yes. And burning diesel rains down onto the salt flats below. That reminds me. There was a fire in the next village over today, and a tractor caught fire.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so we didn't realize what it was, but there was this really loud bang bang, like it sounded like something had hit into our window, and it was the tractor tires bursting from the heat.
Jeez.
A mile off. So
Yeah, they're big.
boom. Yes. So yours is a slightly less loud boom, but it's loud enough to encourage the slaves, who start storming up the bridge towards you. So meanwhile, Gutrecht is still at the top of the ladder.
Gutrecht is going through the hatch if nobody's come to the hatch to be thrown down.
Okay, as you emerge from the hatch, you find yourself surrounded by a half dozen of these barbarian wastelanders. Okay, so combat proper. Can I have initiative rolls? So it's 1d6 plus agility.
6.
I don't think I've gotten below a 5 yet, or above a 5 for that matter. So
You got 5 again? Okay. I haven't rolled a decent initiative for any of these people. Okay. Even though technically they have to drop on Gutrecht. Alright. So yeah, you stick your head out and there's a half dozen of these guys stood around wondering what happened to their friend who was shouting a second ago, and then you emerge and look very surprised. What does Gutrecht want to do?
I want to grab one of them by the leg and pull him down the hatch.
Okay, make a brawl roll.
I got 9 before I even had any modifiers. So this goes
Okay. Damage D2 plus strength.
2 plus 8.
Okay, so yeah, you guys hear another scream, and someone else lands at the bottom of the ladder with a loud crunch. Slightly softer because he hit the previous body.
Do I get a second action where I can throw another guy down, or is it just one per round?
Just one, because you're hanging kind of semi-precariously off the ladder. You can emerge, if you like, onto the deck.
No, I want them to come to me, and then I can just pull them down.
It's Frosty.
Okay. All I've got's a crossbow, so I can aim and shoot.
You've got a stick and a phosphorus grenade.
I don't really want to use the phosphorus grenade in here, unless there's a lot of them that I can hit in one. I mean, are they clustered?
If you could throw the grenade past Gutrecht, they're all kind of clustered around the hatch.
I could
you
risk
miss-
it. If I miss, you're.
You're
If
going to land at our feet in a room full of diesel.
Well, it'll be a short game.
I say go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any bonuses because it's a -1 on my ranged and a
Got
+1
any
on
more
my agility.
hero points left before?
I'm out.
I've got 1.
There you go.
I've got 3. I can float you one.
Oh, good.
Get-
Okay.
All right.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah, you better get that hero point ready.
Go for it.
Okay.
Do you want to use mine to roll 3 dice as well?
Couldn't hurt. I mean, it's kind of we're banking everything on this throw, and it's the worst possible person to throw it. But there's a 10. That's a success.
Nice.
So
Okay, so you hurl the grenade up. Mr. Frosty's magic explodey ball comes flying up past you, Gutrecht, and lands on the deck in front of you. You have enough presence of mind to duck down and close the hatch.
Yep.
it only does a D6 +1 damage, but it sets fires.
Yeah.
I guess I have to roll the damage. What you might want to save your extra point for is to either get me a reroll on this or double it.
I've got
Oh,
2.
no. 5 is about as good as it gets, so it's 6 damage.
Okay.
Well, if I'm closing the hatch, can I hang off of it so that it's got my weight stopping the motor?
Your
Yes.
weight might rip the damn dial right off of it.
Okay, so there's a muffled thump sound from the other side of the hatch, and some white smoke pours down through the gaps in the outside. But you hear people screaming and burning on the other side.
How tasty does it smell?
It smells delicious.
Cooked pork.
Well, I'll keep the oven door closed until it gets hot, and then I'll go.
Until you hear a ding.
Ding.
Okay. Well, yeah, you have to sit there and wait for a while, but then you pop the hatch back open. There's billowing white smoke everywhere around here, and a bunch of scorched bodies and buckled and hot metal all around you. And you're not that far from reaching the actual platform now. But you can hear someone ringing an alarm gong or something.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm sure that between the two explosions, everybody knows we're here.
Can I pick up one of the charred corpses, or are they too hot to handle?
Too hot to handle at the moment.
I was about to say, yeah, they're full of white phosphorus. I'm pretty sure you're not going to touch those.
You got enough phosphorus in your diet?
Get Wrecked might have to learn that fire bad.
Yeah, Get Wrecked is going to pick one up. How much damage am I taking?
Just take 1 point. So you burn your hand and immediately pull it back.
Yeah. Well, children have to learn not to play with burning things.
Apparently I did that as a really young child. I thought the orange thing in the oven looked cool. I have no memory of it, but apparently I did.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna head through the chaos upwards towards the top of the top platform.
Okay.
Got pistol out, just sort of like, doing my best tactical SWAT clearing.
Okay. Yeah, so you clamber and scramble up through the remaining floor. There's some crudely made metal steps. You kind of thunder up with Getrecht and Mr. Frosty in tow behind you. And you emerge out onto the top. So this is a great big rectangular platform with buildings cobbled onto either side. There's troughs of dirt that have all manner of plants growing in them. Some of them are tomatoes, you think.
Oh, tasty.
There's a few guards scattered on either side, but they're just sort of holding position and waiting with their axes at the moment.
It's just the three of us here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, correct.
The slaves are following you up.
Could I grab one of the guards and have him ready to smash another guard with if everyone else doesn't kill the other guard?
Yeah, I'll open fire at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Well, with all the slaves joining the fight as well, it's going to be a bit chaotic to run, really.
I think with the guys being that vastly outnumbered,
Yeah.
rolling anything.
And with you joining in, there's not really any combat rolls using your best combat ability. If you fail, you'll take a d6 of damage in the ensuing melee.
Okay.
I'm actually better at defense.
But you can roll that.
Okay. I shall.
I literally can't fail.
If you roll double one, you can.
Oh, is it automatic fail on the double one?
Yeah.
Yeah. 9.
No, I'm fine.
I got an 8. That rolled low.
Okay. So Mr. Frosty does take a stray hit. Take 5 damage minus your armor.
Okay, so I'll take 2.
Yeah. It's the advantage of wearing Archaeo technology armor. Alright, so yeah, you all get stuck into the melee. The guards are cut down one by one. One of them gets a lucky hit on Mr. Frosty. But then there is a loud brap noise as someone fires an automatic firearm into the air, and the remaining fighting comes to a lull. The guy you take to be the chief boss of the bandits has emerged. He's got some old battered submachine gun in hand, has it leveled at the crowd. He is breathtaking. He's a tall, sort of Aryan blonde looking fellow. Doesn't look like he belongs amidst the muck and grime that everyone else seems to be in. He looks like a perfect Olympian specimen. What are you doing here?
Smash!
I can see that, but why not build rather than smash?
You came into our town, you took our things, you killed our people, and you took our people. If you're going to build, you can't do it by taking from others.
You can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. A few primitive communities on the shoreline mean nothing compared to what we're building here. A bright new future.
Break bad people eggs.
I think you're going to find that you're the egg that's about to get broken.
That was the mental image I had, actually.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren in the He-Man movie is kind of what this guy looks like.
Oh my.
So with the mullet.
He's going to look like a pot of strawberry jam soon.
I had a mullet at one time.
I had a school-mandated mullet.
Yep.
Sucked. Anyway. So I can't convince you, join my side, put down this insurrection, help me build the future, like my great-great-grandfather foresaw.
All your friends dead. Bad men.
Not all of them. There are other patrols that will be back.
We kill them too. Bad men.
Huh. I'll look over at Shadow. Well, we did want this place.
Yeah. He's got a point, but not like this.
Well, either I can empty the magazine on this fully automatic weapon into your friends here, or perhaps we can come to some other arrangement. You, mutant, and he stabs his finger out at Gutrecht. Single combat. I win, you and your friends join me. You win, well, I doubt I'll have to worry about it anymore.
I'm going to take a minute to try and process what he's actually asking me. Get wrecked, smash!
Get wrecked. Could you come here for a minute?
Yes, I can.
Oops, dropped it.
I'll get Trekk's sword out. tell him use your sword. And if there's a way, I can surreptitiously smear it with something nasty. I will.
Do you have something nasty?
That's what I was kind of trying to think of. I mean,
You rub it under Get Rex arm.
maybe there might be some rancid vegetable oil from below.
Well, you know, if anyone has any hero points left, then maybe there's some manure or something they use for the plants.
Yeah.
Get Rex can make that pretty quickly.
Would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel?
There we go. I was thinking the same. Ping pong. I suppose, yeah. I got a hero point. Yeah.
Some weed killer or something. You know, that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
noxious stuff.
Yeah.
Or
it is.
whatever the secretion that comes from my hands is. That might be
Oh.
worse, isn't it?
That might
Yeah,
work.
yeah, some kind of horrible chemical. Just don't ignite it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Like I said, you know, you don't get to be this old by being strong necessarily.
I'm still like raging, so I can't stop for long. I'm gonna have to
Yeah, I'm gonna have to smash.
kill him.
Give
Yep.
me back this chain sword.
There you go.
All right, he hands off the SMG to one of the surviving guards. Takes out his axe, which is a long double-handed axe, and comes down the steps while the remaining surviving slaves, guards, and presumably the rest of you shift out to the edges.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit with a chainsword.
Yeah, I'm just gonna charge at him and swing the chainsaw.
Okay, make a fresh initiative roll, please.
I'm gonna go hit the restroom while you guys are doing this. It's a single combat.
What'd you get?
I got 4.
He got 4. What's your agility?
1.
That was his. What's your mind?
I think it's 0. 0. Yeah.
Okay, so he goes first. All right, he waits for you to charge and then swings the axe into you.
Okay, I've got +1 parry on my chainsword.
Yep. So you get like 2 actions a turn, so you could use one of those actions now to parry and still have your other action to attack.
Okay.
So parrying is it's a defense roll. So if you parry, you roll agility plus melee against the attack roll. So, yeah, roll your agility plus melee.
Okay. Do I get the bonus die for the melee?
Yes.
Ten. Oh, defense is -1. Does this count as defense?
Yes.
Okay, so 9.
Okay. So yeah, he swings the axe into you as you charge forward, but you bring your chainsaw down and deflect it. The teeth sort of rattle backwards and forwards on the metal haft of it and leave long scrapes and scratches, throw off a whole bunch of sparks. You sort of face off against each other, pushing back and forth. It's like my ancestor was a billionaire. You're nothing. You'll go.
Oh, well. Not nothing. I am get wrecked. And then I'm gonna hit him with a sword, I suppose.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, 666 on my 3 dice.
Nice.
Die is fucked.
Does anyone have any hero points left?
No.
I do.
If you spend one, he will do maximum plus d6 damage.
I will give you my last hero point.
Okay, I'll have to
Okay, so
maximum damage. Even
what's the what's the dice damage on that?
So on the chainsaw, 2d6 plus 2.
So it's 12, 13, 14 plus your strength.
Which is 6.
So it's 20 plus an additional d6.
5. So 25.
25 damage. Right. His armor reduces that to 21, which is still 7 more lifeblood than he has.
So a single hit, I've lost a
Single.
hit, I guess.
Yeah. So you push back and forth, deflecting from each other. He's like being all arrogant. My ancestor was a billionaire. Then you just kind of let him push past you and then backhand cut his head off with the chainsaw.
Damn.
It's just silence.
I'll grab his head and throw it to the slaves and let them play football with it.
I think we won.
One of the slaves turns to one else and goes, "That was a bit anticlimactic."
You were expecting a longer fight.
Yeah.
If there was ever a time we rolled 666, that was it.
That was the time.
Well, I mean, just because he's pretty doesn't mean he's smart.
Well, well, yeah, that's it. About half the surviving guards and patrols choose to take their chances out in the wilds. The rest decide to stay. Many of the slaves choose to stay as well because their hometowns were completely razed. But you have victory and you've taken over their fort. Your people can return home or stay here, and you've got a good basis for expanding your influence on the surrounding area. Whether you'll be good or bad will not be determined in this adventure.
Good things. Good things.
That was fun. But we are done. So yeah, again, for people watching, we were playing Barbarians of the Aftermath, which is like a add-on mod thing for Barbarians of Lemuria, which is a great pulpy adventure game, well worth getting. I think you said you can only get it on PDF now, T-shirt?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is a shame. Not even print on demand.
I'll double check, but I looked yesterday and I think it was PDF only.
Were either of you guys in the other Barbarians of Lemuria game?
No, I was
I
just
was.
gonna say I gotta go back watch that one because I do like this system.
Yeah, it was really good.
Barbarians, yeah,
You-
watermarked PDF, $10.
You can buy it from lulu.com, the Legendary Edition, which is the one I have, for £15.
Bargain.
If you want the hard copy. I will attempt to drop the link into the chat if it will let me.
Are they still printing the Barbarians of Lemuria?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
really.
one. I don't know if you can get Barbarians of the Aftermath still.
It is on sale on drive-through for second time we did this.
Yeah. Oh, it's Christmas in July sale on drive-through at the moment as well. So if you want cheap PDFs, now's the time.
Any of your stuff on sale?
Everything. I keep meaning to do a post about it and then forgetting.
So everyone go and buy Whitechester if you haven't already, because it's fucking awesome.
Grim, you said you were adding another DCC conversion?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of doing that. And yes, you should buy our Sexbots Redux as well.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah, I left
much
a
better
review
than.
for that as well, because, like, honestly, that's a brilliant fucking just android supplement. I don't know why it's a sex box. I know why it's a sex box supplement because it's Grim that wrote it originally. But it's a fucking good androids supplement, regardless of whether they're sex bots or not. So and it doesn't even matter if you're using it for Is it Lamentations? Machinations, yeah. I've read it. I don't play Machinations, but I've got stuff from that I can take and use in other systems. It's good.
Yeah, it should work with any OSR system, really.
Because I'm biased because I'm on a stream with the two people that wrote it. It's actually really good, and you should go and buy it.
So it doesn't look like you can get Barbarians of the Aftermath print on demand, but honestly, it's a workbook more than it is something you really need at the table to reference. If you print out like 3 or 4 sheets out the back of this and you have this, you're good to go. So, some stuff from the game. Turkey Jerky was because a friend of mine once dated briefly the daughter of the dynasty that creates Turkey Jerky and are very, very rich. So that's why I thought of that. The Elon Musk reference. Yeah, the idea there was that this guy was the descendant of a tech billionaire who had paid to genetically engineer his offspring. Not that it did him any good. In the end, can't beat raw Darwinian mutation.
Hey,
nature finds a way.
Like I always say, the mutt is better than the pure breed. But...
Yeah. So next week is your game.
Yes.
T-shirt.
Yes, Darwin's World by way of Other Dust.
Yeah.
And we will have we'll have K-Mike with us.
Yep. Twisted my arm.
Yep.
Awesome.
And my next game is probably going to be something with the Cypher system.
Oh, that'll be interesting. I've heard good and bad things about it. So
yeah, it's an odd one. But I bought that for it ages ago, and never played it because this was the source book and not the system, and I didn't realize it at the time. But I have the new Cypher system core books, so yeah, that's what we'll be doing next. All right.
So,
good to go.
Apologize in advance for Dr. Jones.
No, I've caught up. I'm aware of what I'm getting into.
Okay.
All right. We'll call it a night there then.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
And
fun.
Yeah, join us on T-Shirts channel next week. And don't forget to like, subscribe, spread, all that stuff. I want to get this secondary channel up to 500 subs. So
and mine to 1,000.
Yes, and T-Shirts channel up to 1,000. So go and subscribe there too. Just search T-Shirted Historian, should come up. All right. Good night, all. See you all later.
Later.